Is wait, I'm trying to find the pictures of the tat. Do you have it, Mark?
Let me look for it.
Okay. Wait, are you recording, Gabriel?
Yeah.
Okay. We should introduce our guest.
We should. Yeah.
Um. How do we introduce him? Because everybody who's listening, because I assume right, the only people who are listening are people who know us, and pretty much everybody knows who this is. But but yeah, it's Mark Najah. Well, he's on our podcast today. You wanna
The
you wanna
one and
introduce yourself,
fucking
Mark?
only, bro.
Yo, yo. I go by fart balls. Call me
Shut up.
BDD, big dick disorder. That's my name. I'm glad to be on this podcast. Thank you guys for having me.
I'm happy to have you, honestly.
Can I say some real ass shit? I didn't
Yeah.
I didn't even think about this. This wasn't even like I just realized this now. I'm gonna start off really spicy, okay?
Oh no.
I'm gonna start off real. This is some real ass shit, Gabriel. You gotta defend yourself. You're gonna need to defend yourself, Gabriel. Real talk. So me, Mark, and Gabriel, we all went to middle school together. We're on the same middle school, right? In middle school, I think they even said this to me. Mark, I don't think we've ever told you this, Mark.
Nope.
Yeah. So I think they said this in me middle school. So our friend group, it's like me, Gabriel, Ishmael, and like all those people, like all their friends.
Yeah.
Um,
Matthew.
I don't know if Ishmael said this. I know Gabriel said this. Some other people said this.
Ishmael did
A
not
lot
say
of people.
this, to clarify.
Ishmael, no, I think Ishmael didn't say this. So basically, a lot of people in middle school were like, "Dude, Mark is so fucking annoying. I hate Mark. Like Mark's super annoying." I always defended you. This is. You could ask Gabriel.
Yeah,
this
he
is
was
some
your
real
dick
shit.
sucker. He was literally like
No,
riding.
I was just like, yo, like Mark's chill, Mark's cool, like he's funny, like I don't think he's that annoying. Cause like people were like, dude, Mark's so
I
annoying. Like
was.
multiple people
I
used to say
was.
that. You agree? You agree in middle
Oh,
school?
I
You agree?
was. I think I'm a totally different person.
Absolutely,
For sure.
Mark,
No, no,
yes.
no. But
No.
that's the thing I was gonna say is now, Gabriel and like other people have said cause I remember this. I was like, yo, like you guys used to say Mark is annoying. And then like yeah, but like he's super like he's chill now, like he's cool now, he's really funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It just hit me. When you hit high school, it's like, okay, like you got to start focusing on yourself. Sometimes you got to be the person to listen, sit back and chill. As you can say, I was off the meds, as Kanye would say back then. I'm on the meds now. Kanye, take them. No, please don't take them. Be yourself. But yeah, I was so like just free. I would just say whatever. I wouldn't think about it back
You
then.
know what I think it was? I think you were like purposely fucking annoying. Because
Oh,
you
I
were
was.
like you tried really hard to be like the class clown and like make people laugh and like also like
Oh,
you would like shit on some people to like make other people laugh, you know what I mean? You would be like purposely like obnoxious to people.
I don't know. It's like this goes by so fast. I don't even remember. I agree with you. I know I was. I definitely was. It's just when that happens, you don't even thinking about it. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, in the moment, especially because we were like I mean, we're
Exactly.
still kids, but like in middle school, we're
Exactly.
fucking
I mean,
12, 13. That's like
that
the
was like
most
children. We're like
that's like the
fucking
most like
babies.
annoying fucking people like on earth. Like that
Absolutely.
age.
Yeah.
I always
give
defended
me-
Mark. I think I understood where you guys were coming from because I saw it. It was the same thing actually happened with you guys. Remember Sergio from middle school?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Sergio, everybody hated Sergio, and a lot of people hated Mark. I had no problem with either of them because both of you guys were like chill to me. Like you guys didn't do like you guys were like really chill to me. So I was like, oh, like I don't know, like they seem cool. But you guys, but I understood why people thought that because you were like obnoxious and annoying to other people.
No, I know. I have a funny story actually. Me and Matthew actually used to hate each other. Me and Matthew used to hate each other.
Really?
And now we're like best friends, like almost. Like I text him every once in a while. It's the bro, my day one right there.
Why'd you guys used to hate each other?
Because I don't know. I was just. I mean, obviously it was me. It was nothing to do with Matthew. I was cool with everybody. I had no problems. I was just childish, outspoken. Talking a lot. I would talk a lot, definitely.
Mhm.
I think that was the issue, and it was nothing like, just that immaturity. You just try to, be funny and like.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
like
know.
shit on people to be funny.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I do it to friends, of course. If like I know you, that's how
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am.
yeah. No, no. There's like a way to do it. There's like a way to do it. But
Exactly.
when you're younger, it's like you might not understand. Like, oh, like I'm kind of like hurting this person's feelings, or I'm like being
I
kind of
didn't get the
fucked up.
social cues back then. I didn't get to
Exactly,
pick up on
exactly.
that. And I think that's part of being a kid, but that's not an excuse, obviously.
Hmm.
But as you grow up, you obviously, oh, that's what's right from wrong. I'm not gonna pick
Yeah,
on somebody.
you've mellowed out since once you got like into high school, you're like way
Yeah, of
more
course.
mellowed
Yeah,
out.
yeah, of course.
But yeah, is our boy Mark Najah on the pod, our homie from middle school.
Heck yeah. Actually, I don't know about from middle school because they hated me, but yeah, I say high school.
Hey, listen, I liked you in middle school. Okay,
appreciate that.
I always thought you were really funny. Me and Ishmael also like still
Okay.
like. Oh, did we ever tell you? No, 'cause me and Ishmael think you're hilarious. Fucking do you remember I don't know if we told you this on Instagram.
Mhm.
There was like, do you remember there was like some guy being racist to Christian or something? He was like kind of talking shit about Asian people, and then you guys all started like shitting on him. Did you
I
remember that?
forgot. It was such a long time ago.
It was like a few months ago. Yeah. Basically like Christian who's like Asian. There was like some
Mhm.
random guy who commented on his post being like racist, like, and then everybody in the school started like it was just some random like 40-year-old guy, and everybody started shitting on him.
Oh, CJ.
And then
Yeah.
one thing you said that was so fucking funny. 'Cause me and
Uh-huh.
Ishmael find you so funny. You were like, you were challenging him. You were like, hop on IG Live, little bro. And he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then you were like, let's go ban for ban. Let's go ban for ban on IG Live. And he was like, bro, you're a fucking kid. I'm not gonna do that. And then you said, touch a ban, little bro. That shit was so fucking funny.
You know what? I touched my first band and I didn't know how to act. So
No,
that
I feel
was
you. It's like, yeah.
yeah, like that. The Panera Bread check came in, so I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me use this for good. Let me use my evil for good. Let me use it. So I had to back up my boy CJ. That guy, by the way, he ended up deactivating. I think. I don't know if it was because of me.
The white dude or
Yeah,
the guy
yeah.
who was shitting on him? Oh, he deactivated.
Yeah, I
You
don't
think it
even.
was because you think he felt the
No,
smoke?
I
You
don't.
felt the pressure?
I hope he did
You
myself
pressed him?
better than now. I think it was. I think, he's grew out of it. I don't know. I tried to look for his account again,
That's
but
crazy. Oh, but maybe you got
yeah,
blocked.
maybe I. Oh,
Or
you're
maybe
right.
or maybe he was scared to go ban for ban. He deactivated.
Bro, he was. I was live. I literally went live for 2 minutes. I went live. No one joined. I was like, all right, there you go.
Hi,
I
little
was in
bro.
a gorilla costume. I was ready. Yep. I had
Yeah, you
everything
got
ready.
some crazy. I remember before you had some weird ass lives.
Oh
You
yeah,
did some
for
weird
sure.
shit on there.
I
You did some-
remember. Oh my! In 6th grade, I don't know what I did. Jess Carter, were you ever in a live? I literally put on makeup.
Wait, what?
Yeah, wait. When did you put on makeup?
Like 6th grade. I don't know what I was doing.
What?
No,
Okay,
I
so
don't
listen.
remember.
I went live. I don't know. It was crazy.
Oh, on Instagram Live?
Yes, I
No,
went on
I didn't see that.
Instagram
No, I
Live,
did not see that.
and I was
In
bored as
sixth
hell.
grade?
6th grade. Sixth
Yo,
grade. So
that's courageous. How did you like get?
that is.
What did you do at school the next day? Wasn't everybody fucking like clowning you?
No, I know. No one went to my live.
Oh.
So it's just me in the live, right? And I'm bored, and I'm in a room, and I shared a room with my sister at the time, and I had one viewer. I think I had one viewer. I forgot who it was. Shout out to that one viewer there. Shout out to them. So I'm live, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm bored. I'm just gonna fucking do the Joker look. I'm gonna do the Joker face, right? I start putting on makeup, and my auntie joins, and she was like, Mark, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, don't worry. I'm just playing around. She's like, I need to tell your mom this. So
Oh.
I get the text from the group chat, the family group chat.
Oh no.
And I've never ended my life so fast. It was like, oh shit, oh no. And I don't know if she screenshotted it, but I got in trouble. I remember I was in trouble for like a week. They're like, what are you doing? And yeah, I don't know. It was
Ask her
just
if she
funny,
saw the
though.
screenshot.
Let me see. I doubt it. It's like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
6 years ago. No. Oh my lord.
That's a
6
funny
years
story.
ago.
You were bugging. You were zesty in sixth
I was
grade.
bugging. But yeah, that is pretty funny. And then this year I still do crazy lives. For Halloween,
You're like a
I went
gorilla, right?
live. Yeah, I went live and then I had a gorilla costume. I was just staring at the camera for like 2 minutes. Like I still do weird shit, but like
Wait, when
yeah,
was this?
oh, this year, like literally 2021.
It was Halloween a few months ago.
No,
Yeah.
what?
Yo, tell you, bro. For people who don't know Mark, this is Mark. This is what he be doing.
Yeah, I just be doing weird shit, and then I regret it later. But part of life, I still go for the laughs, I still try to go for those, but I think as I grew up, I realized it's not all about that. Sometimes you got to focus on yourself. But
Mark is, you know who Mark is, guys? Mark is this would make like a great like show or something because I think everybody knows somebody like this. Like Mark is the class clown who like matured. Like he grew past that. Like he didn't peak in high school being the
uh-huh.
class clown and just like fade away into like nothingness. He like matured. He's like, all right, I gotta chill. I gotta get my shit together. I gotta get my grades up. That's beautiful. That's
Yeah,
honestly beautiful to see.
Absolutely.
yeah. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, guys. I mean, I had a great cast of friends around me that really helped me, and yeah, I think that was important. Getting your mental stuff ready, because honestly, I felt like I was very lonely in middle school. It was weird. You know what I
In
mean?
middle
Like I,
school?
felt yeah, that's
Oh,
why I
like
think I was.
you made everybody laugh, but like you didn't actually have any like
Yeah,
friends.
that's what it was. You
It's
were
like the
like,
meme, like the meme of like the quiet, the kid who makes everybody laugh when he goes
like
home and he's like
the
all sad
broken
and alone.
mask. The broken mask meme. Like,
Yeah, that's you, your
Yeah.
dream,
that
your
was me
dream.
in middle school. It was the
That's
broken mask.
damn,
But you
damn.
know what? That's character development right there.
Exactly.
So
Now
Absolutely,
you're
bro.
see.
now I'm happy. Yeah, going to school, great grades. Let's talk about the Kendrick album. Why is it about me today, guys?
You're
Let's
the
talk about
guest,
Kendrick.
bro. You gotta.
Oh,
We gotta introduce you for the people who don't know you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was.
But yeah, you wanna get straight into the Kendrick album?
I am. I'm ready.
Really?
Fuck it. All right. All right. I don't even know, Gabriel. I don't even know what Mark thinks about it. Let's all
Okay,
say what we think
he
about it.
literally hasn't told me. He literally hasn't told me.
Yeah, let's all go. Let's all go. Mark, you go first. What do we? Let's say just
I
to
was
say what we
talking
all
to
think about it.
Thomas.
Oh,
Album dropped Thursday night, and I go to school on Friday, and I'm like, Thomas, I need to tell you something.
oh
He's
no.
like, oh, you know how Thomas is. He's like,
Yeah, he's
oh,
like, oh.
I'm like, Thomas, this album, first listen, is terrible. For my first listen was terrible. I was like, Thomas, I waited 5 years for this album. It was so I was so mad. I only listened to the first half of the album. That's how pissed I was.
Really?
I was skipping songs. I was so disappointed at first. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm grading it based off it being 5 years. And I wasn't grading it if I liked it or not. So then I listened to it again. I chilled out. I listened to it again and I liked it. I loved it. It was so weird. It was just like a
Yo,
total switch.
hold on. You need to pause. Hit the pause
Yeah.
button real quick. Gabriel, are you hearing him?
Absolutely, dude.
Are
That's
me and Mark the
fucking-
same person? Are we all the same people?
maybe actually.
We
'Cause,
had
dude,
the
I fucking hate. I actually was depressed
No,
first listen in. I didn't listen
me
to
and-
it for like another day, and then I came back to it the day after, and I haven't stopped listening to it since.
Mark, we had the exact same experience. Me and Gabriel, we were on Discord together, with like the homies, and we
Mhm.
went track by track. We muted ourselves, we listened to the song, and then we said what we said. We like gave our thoughts after every track. Like we listened to the whole album on the right when it came out on Discord.
Mhm.
And first listen, we fucking hated it. Like, I hated the album when I first heard it. And for me, it was not because it was 5 years. I want to get into this because the reason I hated it, and I still kind of don't like this,
Yes, dude, I agree.
the way it was marketed, right? And the way Kendrick. It was from expectations from how Kendrick has released albums and the way he sort of marketed this one. You know how Kendrick in like To Pimp a Butterfly and Good Kid, Mad City, and kind of Damn, even though I think Damn's is kind of eh. He has like has like these like concepts, like there's like a theme like throughout the
Exactly.
album, right? When
Yeah.
I listened to this one and this album was called Mr.Morale and the Big Steppers, and it's
Mhm.
2 discs. Seeing that, I was like, okay, this is gonna be some crazy, like he's gonna be doing some crazy shit, right? Like with that title and the 2 discs. When I listened to it, and in like the first like the most of the album except the last 4 songs basically, like when I was
Mhm.
listening to the first disc, I was like, bro, like what the fuck is he talking about? He's just like there's like no like what like
No theme, no story.
yeah, like he's not talking about like
Yeah.
there's like what am I like what is Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, like what the fuck is he talking about? And yeah, so first listen I hated it. Then the next day I woke up right early in the morning, like 8-9 o'clock. I listened to it again, and before I listened to it, before I hit play, at the second listen, because first listen I hated it. Woke up the next morning, I was like, okay, I know there's no concept, I know there's no theme. Let me just listen to the music. Let me just listen to it. And
Mhm.
when I listened to it again, I really liked it. I was like, okay, this is like a really good project. And I texted the group chat, like our friends group chat, and I said that because we all listened to it together. We didn't like it, or I didn't meet like a lot of us didn't like it. Then I hit the group chat again. I was like, you know what? Listen to it again, like without having that like preconceived notion of like, all right, it's gonna be like this. I enjoyed the music a lot, and yeah, I still blame Kendrick though for how he marketed it. I don't like how he did that.
There are also, and I do want to clip, like, yeah, it's not really like concept shit. I do want to say, and I'm probably gonna expand this more after I let you guys go. There is so much shit in this album that like makes it seem like it's trying to be a concept, which makes me even like more mad. And like the fact that like we don't like, I don't know why it makes me so mad. It's like 2 disc and like these like fucking like cool ass name like Mr.Morale, and like the name has no meaning and the 2 disc mean nothing. Like,
Yeah,
both
Mark,
sound
Mark,
the
Mark,
exact
Mark.
same.
I haven't been online because maybe somebody has like some sort of theory or some like
Oh,
shit.
no.
But to me, like I haven't seen that. So like me, I've listened to this album a few times already. It's only been out a few days. I probably listened to it like 3-4 times.
Mhm.
Do you know what the title means? Because I have no fucking idea what the I thought it was gonna be
I
explained.
really don't.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say for the first time listening to it, like from my experience, I was like, "What the is this?" It was like I felt like it was like like Twitter, like scattered thoughts. There was no story.
It was no,
Did you-
absolutely. I
Bro,
felt that too because
I was
you
like,
have
"What is
like
this?"
you have a
Yeah.
bunch of like some like deep shit here, some like hard shit here, some like other shit. It's some family shit, some fucking like activist shit. You have stuff scattered all over. It like genuine. That's like the best way to describe it.
Mark, no, Mark. I wrote that in my notes. I swear to God, I feel like we didn't talk about this before, by the way, audience. But we, I guess we all just came to the same fucking thoughts. I guess we're
I have a
sheeple.
different opinion.
I guess we're all sheeple. But
Yeah, sheeple.
no, I wrote the same thing. I wrote the same, and I said the same thing. And I still kind of don't like this about certain
Me
songs,
neither, yeah.
especially about certain songs where, yeah, what you're saying about scattered thoughts, where it's like each verse, he's just kind of just saying shit that's on his mind. And I like kind of don't like it. Like I wish it was a little bit more. Some songs, like it's not bad. There's some songs where it's like I think it's okay, it's good. But like
Mhm.
certain stuff where like it's just like I wish it was more focused. Like for me, there's like 3 main tracks like I dislike, and for me it's the first for disc 2. It's the first 3 songs. I would like
Mhm.
take those out. I don't like the first 3 songs. I don't like the song with yeah the first 3, including the one with Kodak, which I thought I would like, but
Me too. Kodak.
do you like that song? You don't like that song?
It was like a weird mix. I don't know. I like Kodak.
Me too. Yeah, I
I
like both of them, right? You would expect it to be
yeah.
like the problem I had with it, which is something I would never expect. If you were to have told me Kendrick
Mhm.
and Kodak are making a song together, I'd be like, all right, cool. One thing I would not expect though, when I heard that song, is for
Mhm.
me. So the chorus of it is fine. I think some people don't like the chorus. It's like kind of funny. Kendrick's like, push these bitches on me like who? Like I don't. The chorus is fine to me.
I didn't like
Uh,
it. I didn't like that. Yeah.
yeah, I think some people don't like the chorus. The chorus is fine to me, and then the beat is super hard. The thing I don't like about it, which is surprising, is I don't like the verses. Like I don't like Kendrick or Kodak's verse, which is like weird because like I do not expect these people. These people, both of them usually have like really amazing verses. So like it was just weird to me when I'm like, bro, like these verses are just not hitting. Like I just don't like the song.
I was so sad that I thought I liked Kodak's verse the first listen, and then I listened to it. I was like, okay. I don't like the song after second listen. I still don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like
Currently.
the song personally.
I want to talk about N95. Okay, so
Mhm.
I feel like first listen, I hated it. Like it was
Yeah,
like, oh
dude.
my god, I hated it.
Mhm.
And then you know how TikTok is. Every song goes around and it
Yeah, yeah.
gets popular. And I swear to God, the last 3 days, I've been literally been talking to myself. I'm like, you out of pocket. I'm like, dude,
Absolutely, bro.
what
Mark,
is?
yeah, hold on. No,
And I know
no.
you guys have
We
been
need to put a
saying it
pause.
too.
We need to put a pause. We need to put a pause.
Mm-hmm.
This is some freaky shit. I'm not gonna lie. This is some freaky
Absolutely.
deaky shit. Everything you're saying is exactly what we've been doing with our group of friends. Like literally 2 days ago, if I scroll up in our group chat, I just like a day or two after the album came out, I sent a picture of N95. Like I screenshotted that I was listening to it like on my Apple Music, and I was like, "You out of pocket." Like I wrote that, "You out of pocket," and yeah, we've just been like singing the fucking "You out of pocket." I love the fucking like we've been singing that too, and I love the fucking in the beginning of the song. You know those like ad libs he does? He's like, "Take it off."
I
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that
love the
funny ass
ad-libs.
voice he does. I love that. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that song. It's a
yeah. I
banger.
don't know. It was like I didn't like it, and I don't know. I just like the little like you out of
Yeah, I
pocket.
love
No,
that.
the chorus is super hard. Yeah,
It's growing
That's
on
great.
me.
I
I'll
like
be
that
more
song. I like
listening.
that song a lot.
I would put it. I wouldn't say it has a lot of replay value towards me yet, but I gave the song a 7.2. for now.
Specific ass fucking
after my fourth,
rating.
yeah,
Goddamn.
I do, yeah. I rate on lyrics, I rate on beat, and I rate on storytelling. There, I wasn't really, storytelling because it was just
No,
like
yeah.
a
So
little,
some of the songs here, like
yeah.
that, just does not
Do you
factor.
do you guys think Baby Keem has influenced Kendrick too much?
Wait, what do you mean?
So this was my interpretation first
Oh,
listen.
shit.
I was like, oh no, and I still kind of have this a little bit, even though I like the album more now, and I like the album now. And at first I didn't like it. Is one thing that annoyed me when I first listened to it is I was like, bro, why do these songs have fucking? Why is there a beat switch every song? Because if you listen to Baby Keem's album, which was Kendrick's cousin for people who don't know,
Mhm.
a couple months ago, Baby Keem's album came out, and it was a good album. I liked it, and
I like
that
it.
album had like a lot of beat switches, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like I liked it. And then like when Kendrick was doing it, and it felt like because when I was expecting the concept, and like Kendrick was doing all these beat switches, and it just beat switched to like a different topic, like he just started rapping about something else. I was like, what the fuck is Kendrick doing? Like why? I felt like Baby Keem was rubbing off on him too much. Did you guys get that?
Actually, oh, sorry, go ahead, Gabriel, go ahead.
Like how like I don't like how I don't like understand. Well, I could see that being the case, but like I'm not sure like
How what?
like why would like Kendrick be like, yo, this shit's like kind of cool. Like I want to do this.
I think that's very common, or I don't know, a common. Let me rephrase that. I think that makes perfect sense to me. It's the same thing that Kanye does. You know how when 808s and Heartbreak came out,
Yeah.
Kanye was super involved with Cudi, and then when like Yeezus Life of Pablo came out, he found like Travis and some younger people. Like Kanye, like Kanye's a good example of this, where he looks to like the younger generation, like the newer rappers, to see what they're doing, and he gets
Mhm.
influenced by them, so he can like be current. I can completely see Kendrick looking at Baby Keem.
Yeah,
and
I can see that.
and another thing, I don't think it was I mean, we don't know. I think Kendrick is 100% because there was even leaked songs where it seemed like Kendrick was writing some songs for Baby Keem, which makes sense because he's like his little cousin. He wants him to get on or whatever. But I could see like Baby Keem. He's like a producer. And he's like a newer rapper, and
Yeah.
he's like pretty hot. I could see Kendrick being like, oh, like this is like being inspired by that, and wanting to do that on his album.
Yeah, with that, like, yeah, I can agree with that. I can see that. Not to say like 100%
That
that's
was,
what
I
happened.
think
But
that was a great comparison, Jaskarn, especially because like after listening to like Donda and like
Yeah,
his new
dude.
music, I'm, like so inspired by Fabio. Like I love the drill Kanye. I love drill Kanye.
Dude, yeah, that
And
show's fucking hard.
I think it's a cool mix.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, like Kanye is a great example. Like like Life of Pablo and Donda, Kanye will like have like all these newer generation. Like he had Lil Baby with Weekend. He had the Griselda, like West Side Gun. Like he always gets like these new rappers, and he gets like influenced by them, and like they inspire him, I think.
Speaking
And then
of that,
like a producer.
yeah, I think Mike D killed that album. By the way, he did amazing on Donda.
Donda? Yeah,
But-
dude, absolutely. Yeah, it was a lot of
Right.
like.
Donda is
variety
one
and
of my
shit.
favorite Kanye albums. I feel like people don't give that album enough credit. I think people will start doing that. Immediately when it came out, I loved Donda. But no,
I did too.
that quick side, yeah, I just want to say I love Donda. Put that on wax.
I wanted to say comparison to Donda and Mr.Morale and the Big Stepper. I think he could have had more features for a 5-year album. I think he could have had more features, in my opinion.
Kendrick?
Yeah,
I feel like for the anticipation that was built up in those 5 years, I don't think he wanted himself, like Kendrick Lamar, to be overshadowed by like a bunch of features. I think what's here is like pretty good, but I would like maybe like 2 more features.
I actually, you know what? For me, it is. I just don't like how the features are utilized.
Some of them are pretty good.
Kodak's interludes are good. I don't like the Kodak verse. Fuck it, there's loud out.
That's
Loud
not-
Yeah,
Right.
my fucking car, bro.
The one I don't like is the last song on the first disc. It's Summer Walker and Ghostface, or is it
Yeah.
Ghostface? Yeah, I think it's Ghostface. Okay, Summer Walker. I feel like her part goes on way too long. That song is okay to me. I would like it a lot more if Summer Walker's part was cut by like a minute. She's in the middle of that song singing for like 2 or 3 minutes. Like it feels so long. It like drags on a little too much, I think. Even though her feature, it just like drags on too long. And Ghostface, when I saw Ghostface and Kendrick, I was like, oh shit, Ghostface is
I
from
was
fucking
like-
Wu-Tang. I was like, I want to see fucking Kendrick and Ghostface, go like bar for bar, like rap. But he
Oh
just
my
does like a
God.
poem at the end,
Mhm.
which that song, it's like a slower sort of like there's a lot of singing. So I understand it wasn't like a rap song. But yeah, like I kind of like I don't know. I didn't really need that Ghostface part, and I think that Summer Walker part goes on too long for me.
I think he could have utilized Ghostface feature a lot better. He didn't.
Yeah, it just
Um,
has like that little poem at the end. Like I don't know.
yeah, like I don't know, like if you're rapping with Wu-Tang, I don't know why you'd make a song like that, you know? Like
Yeah,
I,
like
That's
why
really
would you put
weird.
why would you put Ghostface on that record? Why not put him on like a rap song?
like So Appalled, like that was such an amazing song with Kanye. So Appalled. I know I keep going back to Kanye because I love him, but
Hmm.
I don't want to be biased. But I wish he utilized that that feature so because I love Wu Tang, I love him, and I feel like they
Yeah,
would
like I
have
didn't need that poem at the end. I don't think it added much to the song.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would have let it go through somewhere else. But yeah, I don't like how some of the features are like utilized. But
Yeah.
this is probably my lowest. No, I don't know if I would say this is my lowest point on the album, but maybe. First listen, I really hated the ending. So you guys know not Count Me Out. What is the song with the girl? We Cry
Girl?
Together. We
Oh,
Cry
dude, I
Together.
don't like that song.
I like that song a lot.
I
I
do
liked
like
it.
that song.
No,
Also.
I liked it first listen, and I still really like it now. The only thing I don't like, I think it's like it's a pretty. The concept is not that original. Like that concept of like a woman and man like arguing. I think that's been done in hip hop before too. But it's executed super well. Like that song almost gives you fucking like anxiety if you like listen to it with like the beat and stuff. The thing I don't like about the song, this really was like I really disappointed me on first listen. I feel like the ending of that song is so fucking stupid. Like it actually still pisses me off when I listen to it now. I still don't like it. And I haven't heard people talking about this.
Now
I
people
first
are
listened-
people are saying it's like really good. It's like one of like the
I think the
greats.
song. I still think the song is good. I just don't like the ending. The thing I don't like in the ending. So the song, it's the woman and the man, or it's like Kendrick and him and the girl. They're arguing back and forth. So at the ending of it, you remember the girl starts crying and she's like, she's saying like, "Oh, you're the reason why women are scared to speak up and say shit and stuff like that," right?
Mhm.
Uh, Kendrick's response is so fucking stupid. I was actually like baffled. Like my jaw dropped. Um his response is like his response to like so at the end it's very clear that it's sort of this dynamic of like, all right, she's taking like this like feminist sort of like for women standpoint, and then he's kind of like, and then he tries to basically criticize that a little bit, right, to sort of have both sides, which is fine. I'm not saying that he can't do that. What he says is just so dumb though. His point. So like she says that sort of like being like empowering women, or how like it's your fault women don't speak up or whatever, you're being fucked up. Kendrick says what Kendrick says back to her is what does he say? He says like
Doesn't he say like I bought you that Rolly or something?
no. What he says
You
to
said
her.
this. I remember what you said. You said that. I don't remember because I haven't listened to the song in a while. But I remember you saying that he says, "Yeah, well, girls fight with each other." So
Yeah, that's what he says. His response is oh, you're a feminist, but you don't get along with women don't get along all the time. A lot of women don't get along together. That's like what he says to her. And it's like, I think he's playing a character in the song. Like I think Kendrick is, they're both like, they're supposed to be characters. But like it's just it was so disappointing for me. I was like, bro, Kendrick's such an amazing writer. He's so good at making, songs with like these concept and having these different views and stuff. It was just such a lazy like critique. Like why is that why didn't he have like, he could have had like a much better critique of like, oh, like feminists are, criticizing like something about feminists, versus like that critique is just so fucking stupid. I hate that ending of that song.
I wanted to say there is some funny parts to that song that I only find funny, and I know nobody else would find funny because I'm like, it was like she was like, "Give me your keys," and he's like, "Ah, I got it."
Yeah, I made you holler.
I started dying. I was laughing, and I was like, "This guy is so immature." Like I'm imagining like this character in my head that Kendrick.
No, yeah, Kendrick's for sure playing a character.
That's why it's
This
it
whole
was
boyfriend
funny.
guy. Yeah, and I
Mhm.
understand he's playing a character, but I still think he could have made that response a lot more like, at least like more interesting. It's just like so. It's just like, and maybe that's the point, but I don't like it. Like it's just so stupid. But like I wish he could have gave like a good like other side, because it's like the girl gets her side off, and then he just says like some stupid shit. I wish he could have got like a good, because doing like this like both sides thing with the guy and the girl.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe that was the point. I feel like maybe that might be the point of the
No,
song.
no,
Like,
no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I still think he should have done because it's clear, at the end he's doing these. He's trying to give a perspective of both sides. Like, oh, this like dumb fuck like mean guy, and then the girl. I wish he could have gave the guy like the girl. She says her shit, and the guy just says something so stupid. And maybe that's the point, but I would have much liked an actual like interesting thought provoking like other perspective versus just like okay this he just says like something stupid.
yeah, I mean, Gabriel, do you have anything to say on that song?
I do actually. So the song itself is fine. All that's cool. All that. Look, it's literally a fucking auto skip after the first listen. I'm never gonna listen to that song
Nah,
again.
or not for
never.
me. Not for me. I still listen to the song. I still like it.
I mean,
I
don't know, dude.
I still like that song. But I can see you might not have a lot of replay value.
No, like it's like you hear it, like you get it, it's cool. Like I'm not gonna listen to it for the beat, like I'm not gonna listen to it for like the fucking like reps or anything. I'm just not. The only like value it has is like, damn, that's crazy, and then you just never listen to it again.
That song is anxiety inducing. If you listen to it, especially with like headphones, when the chorus comes in and they're like yelling at each other like "fuck you, bitch," fuck like there's like these like weird I don't even know what it is. This weird fucking like droning sound comes in. That shit is actually like anxiety inducing. It sounds like a horror movie. I like it.
It did paint a good picture in my head, though. I
It
would
did,
say
yeah,
that
I agree.
it could paint a picture with that song in my head.
Yeah.
I want to say, I know you guys say you guys have replay value on the song, but for the like on the album, like in general, I feel like I don't know if it has replay value to me. Like I said
Yeah.
the same thing for KOD's J. Cole's album in 2018. I said that
Oh, for
album had
sure.
so
Yeah,
much
I listened to that album
replay
like
value,
twice.
and I haven't listened to it since.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know if it has
I
replay.
mean I think it's too early to say. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Mhm.
like it's and that's actually a big critique for people say that about Kendrick a lot actually. Like people said the same Butterfly where they're like the main critique I hear a lot about Kendrick's music is that he doesn't have replay value. Like it's good, but it's like I don't want to listen to this again. I don't have that problem with Kendrick. Like I think I will listen to this album. Maybe not. I'm not gonna listen to this like every day, but I will definitely like. There's a lot of shit on this album I really like.
I agree.
Like the last 4 records I think are amazing. The best on the album.
Really?
Mother I Sober is one of Kendrick's best songs ever. Like easily. Like that song is fucking like like what Kendrick is so good at. You know how he said like he painted a picture on We Cry Together. Kendrick
Mhm.
is Kendrick like you. I said this about To Pimp a Butterfly and Good Kid, Mad City. I don't think I made this up. Other people have said this. Kendrick is so good at like making you see the music. Like Good Kid, Mad City. Listening to that album feels like a movie. For me, To Pimp a Butterfly feels like a fucking like opera, like stage theater show. And like yeah, like Mother I Sober, just that song, it's like so powerful. Just his tone of voice, just the like it's like so just like insecure and just like sad, and then it like builds up, and at the end he's like screaming. You just like feel it. Kendrick is so good at like making you like almost just like feel and just like see the music. He's like that's like his talent.
For me, I felt like the outro was a little weak for me on the first couple listens, and I don't know yet. I don't know. For it still feels weak compared to his other albums. Like for Damn, for me, like Duckworth is like a top tier.
Duckworth is
Oh,
song.
crazy.
compare it to his other outros for sure. Like fucking the Tupac song. Yeah, for sure.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
compared
No,
to his other
exactly.
ones.
I don't know
I
compared to his other albums.
yeah, I like the outro. The first listen, the outro broke my heart. Like Gabriel was there with me. I was actually like devastated when I heard that outro. Because I don't, dude. I haven't been looking into what other people have been saying about this. I don't think I'm like super original. Like I'm sure other people are saying this. Because that outro, like, do you understand what he's saying in that last song in the chorus?
Like I said, the first like I was so pissed. I literally like didn't finish the song. I literally was skipping, and I was
But do
like,
you remember that song now in the chorus? He's saying, "I chose me. I'm sorry." Like, do you know what he means by that?
not exactly. No.
What he means, I'm fairly confident. What he's saying is throughout this whole album, you know how this album he's just like it's like you said it's like scattered thoughts. He's giving his perspective on things, like what he's been doing. The last few songs he's been talking about how the last few songs on the album he talks about how like like all these people who he thought were kind of like other activists because Kendrick's like an activist like in his
Yeah, of
music
course.
especially and stuff like To Pimp a Butterfly and all that shit. Um, the last few songs and throughout the album he talks about how like he's been like sort of let down and disappointed that um like there's a line he has where he says something about like I'm less like I don't know if he says Martin Luther King, like I'm less like Martin Luther King, I'm more like Kodak. I don't think he says Martin Luther King. He says something else. Basically, like he says throughout the album that like, yo, I'm not as perfect as you guys think I am, or as I made you believe I am with all this activist shit I was doing. Like I'm flawed. Like you know how he has that bar about when I saw Drake and Kanye get together, I was confused. Like maybe I'm not as mature as I thought.
I was confused on that part. Maybe you can explain that to me.
Yeah, so like yeah, he's just saying like, like he's like petty. Like he's just admitting he's petty. Like he wouldn't have after all the beef and shit they've had, like he wouldn't have got friendly with like an enemy like that.
I see.
Yeah. So Kendrick throughout the album is saying like, yo, like I'm not this perfect like literally the song Savior. Do you remember the song Savior? What he says in the beginning? The beginning of the song where he's like Kendrick made you think about it, but
right?
he's not your savior. That song?
Mm-hmm.
He's literally saying throughout the album, like, yo, like all this activist shit and shit I've been doing is awesome. I'm glad you guys liked it, but there's like a but. Like he says, like, yo, like you guys need to think for yourselves. And he also says, like, there's a lot, like he's been it's like it sounds like he's been disillusioned by it throughout the album. It's a very clear like theme throughout it where he's like disillusioned by all the shit that he's been doing up until his career so far, like being this sort of activist like role model guy. And this album is him just saying, yo, I can't do that anymore. And that is what the last song of that's what he's saying on the chorus of the last song. I chose me, I'm sorry. Like he says that in the song, like I can't continue trying to fix the world or doing all this shit. I just need to focus on me. Like I'm a full thing. Like I can't do that all that stuff anymore. That's what he's saying. Like I chose me. I'm sorry. So like that's why on first listen that shit broke my heart. I was like, damn, bro. Like it's so sad because it's like it's yeah, because it's literally like he's this activist, fucking awesome, guy who's done all this shit with his music and with his art, and now he's like, and it's understandable. You understand, like he's saying he's tired of it, it's hard on him or whatever. You understand, but it's still so sad. It's like he's like stepping down. He's like, I'm done. Like I can't, like I can't really do this anymore.
My thought was I actually thought he was talking about the record label. Like I chose me. Like I'm sorry. That's what he was talking about.
About oh yeah, because this is his last album.
That makes so much more sense. Yeah, that makes so much more sense. Yeah.
Speaking of,
I'm like, okay, man, I get it.
Okay, dude, you're fucking leaving TDE. Like,
I get it, man. Like,
speaking of the record label, though, actually, you know how this album is 2 discs? A theory I had, about that actually is, so you know how this is his final. Because I actually don't know how this works. So this is his final album on TDE, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, I was like, because I could be wrong, but I think back in the day before streaming, when there was like CDs and physical albums and shit, I think double albums and double discs, I'm pretty sure they were counted, like for the label, they were counted as 2 albums. Like it's like, okay, this double disc, this counts as 2 albums for your contract or whatever. And so I was wondering, I was like, oh, maybe this is a double album because it's for contractual purposes for the label, so he can because you know how he's starting his own label, he wants to leave TDE,
Yeah.
he doesn't want, right? I was like, oh, maybe that's why it was a double album. That's just like a kind of like a conspiracy theory I have. Because Gabriel, do you want to explain like the talk we had about like we were disappointed with double album shit?
Okay, so I'm gonna bring up death scripts here. Okay, so we have this one album, or it's like a double disc, right? And it's like it's pretty long. It's like an hour 30. Both discs are like completely different projects, like
and you don't even have to use death
nowhere
scripts.
near.
You can use there's multiple double discs.
Okay,
are
no, I'm
usually
using
like
that as
pretty
like
different.
my
Like
example.
Stand
My
Love
example.
Below.
Yeah, that's why I felt like it didn't have a theme because it was
No,
too,
it
was very different.
feels the end of disc 1 feels like it feels like a giant one big album, but like it's separated into like a disc.
It doesn't
like
feel like
halfway
2
through.
discs. I think is what you're
Not
saying,
at all.
right? Like,
No, it's just, it
like
feels
what,
like,
we were
one
confused.
like it's one thing.
Because it's like the sound doesn't change. I feel like it doesn't change like stylistically too much. Like you could maybe you could say like the second half is more personal, but I feel like it might be kind of like a reach. Like this feels like one big album. It doesn't really feel like 2 discs. Did you get that feeling, Mark, or no?
I don't know. For me, it feels like it kind of sounded like a little different for me. I don't know. I don't know if it was
For each disc, like what was
like,
the second half sounded more like the songs were not as hype and like they're
exactly.
Well, actually, but no, but Silent Hill is on the second half, and that's like a fucking hard ass fucking the song Kodak.
I don't know, not really. That's why for me, I feel like he could have changed it around. I don't know the order. Some tapes belong, or some songs belong in different tapes. I think.
I think
even
also-
if I think even if it was reorganized to like be like the hype songs and all that shit, the sound is still so similar that like I don't think it's like enough to be like, yeah, these are two separate projects.
Yeah, like
they
when-
sound
like
different enough.
it just doesn't sound distinct enough.
Not
Like,
at all.
And
Yeah,
I don't know
it
if
blends together. Which is good
Yeah,
for like
like-
a single album. Like it feels like it like this like one thing. But as a double fucking disc, it's like it's like what was the point? There's no
I wonder
like
if my conspiracy theory is right though.
It could
'Cause
be
that-
honestly because
yeah.
it's literally there's no change. Like it does not feel different in any way, shape, or form. Like it's just it literally is just like one big project to split into for like the like
And the
advertising.
the big thing that I thought, so you know how I said like I was disappointed like there wasn't like a concept or whatever. That's what I said first listen, and that's how I still feel. Even though I like the album now, like I think it's a pretty good project. I still have this complaint about it, which is I don't like how it was marketed, like with this double discs and this like album title. It felt it and like yeah, it like it seems like it's how it was marketed, like with this double discs and this like album title. It felt it and like yeah, it seems like it was gonna be this concept, but it wasn't, and I don't like that because that's how. And I felt the same way actually, kind of when Damn came out too, because I listened to Damn when it came out. Is that it feels like to me like Kendrick like doesn't really, I don't know if he doesn't want to, but it feels like Kendrick is like trapped because he did, you know, he's known for like these like concepts like the poem on To Pimp a Butterfly and the story on Good Kid Mad City. It feels like and I felt this on Damn a little bit too because Damn's felt really like half baked to me. Like it just didn't feel that like the concept was just like, oh, like, you know, the beginning, the first song, and then the end, and it's like, okay. I felt that on Damn, but I especially feel it on this album, where it's like, it feels like there's like no substance there, where it's like, oh my god, like, you know, Mr.Morale and the Big Steppers, but it's like, I honestly feel like that means nothing. I feel like
It's
he was just
literally
doing that.
just a name.
I feel like he was just doing that because like to make it like for his fans to be like, oh my god, like it's so deep. Look, this is the concept for this album. And it's like, because he's trapped by that. That's what it feels like to me. But it feels like there's like there isn't that concept here at all. But that's what it feels like to me.
Kendrick's such a mysterious person. He kind of wants you to solve like these riddles he has.
Absolutely,
like, it literally means we people. I literally found that out. It's like a
Okamna or whatever.
Like,
Okay,
yeah, it means we
Yeah, but
people,
even shit like
my
that,
people.
right? That annoys me, especially on this album. What does that have to do with this album at all? Like, it's like a cool Easter egg. Like, oh look, this thing he keeps calling himself. It means all of us. Like, what does that have to do with the album at all? Like on the other albums, To Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City, those two, you know, those are like the two main ones. You know what the concept is. On To Pimp a Butterfly, he keeps telling this weird ass like first listen, he's telling this weird ass poem throughout every song, and it like transitions to the next song. And then at the end of it, he tells the whole poem, and you understand the concept. Like, oh, he's telling it to spoilers. I'm not gonna say who it is. And then, you know, Good Kid, Mad City, he's telling the story, and each track is like, you know, like of him like growing up in Compton.
Mm-hmm.
In this album, like what is the Okamna? Oh, it means like it just feels like it feels like he's like trying to be deep, so his fans think it's deep. But there's like not. It doesn't really mean anything. That's what it feels like to me. Like I could be like. I feel like I'm being pretty harsh, but that's what it feels like to me. I feel like he's just trying to like look good to his fans, like because he's been like he's like expected to do all this like deep crazy shit.
Because it's such a cool name. It's like Mr.Morale, the Big Steppers, and it makes you think. It's like, dude, what the fuck could that like mean, bro? It's actually such it's such a great hook. It's such a great hook to like the project, even before
Mark,
you
know what
listen
my
to it.
theory
So
was
good.
before the album came out? What the name was gonna be? I thought my theory was cool.
It was
Do
pretty
you remember on Family Ties with the Baby Keem song when on that verse? What, you know, where he's like smoking on yo top 5 tonight, like that song?
Mm-hmm.
In that song, he says like he has these lines about like 2021, I ain't taking no prisoner. Like last year, y'all went platinum. I called that a visitor. He says like, oh, y'all are overnight activists. So I was thinking, I was like, because so he's like criticizing people like basically being like overnight activists, like, you know, like you're kind of just like you're just doing it for the moment because it's trendy right now, right? Like you don't really give that much. You're just doing it for like a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought with the title when you revealed it, my theory was because the album it's Mr.Morale, not moral, right? That's a different word. Mr.Morale means like, you know, like having like team morale, like bringing the morale up, bringing like the mood, the vibe up, right?
Yeah.
I thought the what the concept was going to be was Mr. Morale was gonna be like the overnight activist people. He's gonna be talking about like all these like people who are sort of like fake into the shit and who are like just doing it for the trend and they don't really give a fuck. They're kind of like a vapid sort of surface level people.
Mhm.
And they're the ones they talk basically like I thought Mr. Morale was gonna be the people who talk a lot of shit and don't really do anything, and then the big steppers was gonna be the people who actually go out and get shit done. I thought that's what the concept was gonna be, and I thought that would have been pretty cool, but I mean it wasn't that.
If it was the whole album just about that, I don't know how I would feel. You know,
Hmm.
if it was the whole album, like if it was maybe like a couple songs of storytelling, then I would be okay. But if it was the whole album was like that, I don't know how I would feel. I don't know.
Do you like To Pimp a Butterfly?
I do, but I don't have it as my best album by him. I have him
What's
as
your
my
favorite
third.
Kendrick album?
My favorite is Mad City.
Mad City.
Mm-hmm. That's my best. That's
Yeah,
my
I'm not
favorite
mad at
album.
that. I think Mad City and To Pimp a Butterfly are probably his two best. Those are two
Yeah.
classic albums for sure. I don't think that's people
Second,
debate that.
I had Untitled. I like Untitled a lot.
I
A lot
love
of people
Untitled,
like
dude.
it.
Dude,
Yeah,
Untitled 8, the last song on Untitled is one of my favorite songs ever. Yeah, I love that whole album.
I love that song. And two, I love Untitled too. It's one of my favorite songs.
What songs on this album do you guys not like? Like actual like individual tracks?
I'll let Gabriel go first. Let me pull it up.
Gabriel, you got your tracks?
For what?
What tracks on this album you don't like individual tracks?
We Cry Together, the first three, this two. What else?
Well, you stole my This 2 take. God, what the fuck?
No, hold on, wait. The first. No, I do like Silent Hill. Silent Hill's fun. What else? Fuck, I'm trying to think. So yeah, We Cry Together, Silent Hill. There's like two more I can think of.
For me, Crowns is the worst song.
Yes.
I hate that song.
Yes.
You remember Crowns, Mark?
Yeah.
Where he's
For
like,
me,
Huh?
I don't know. I think it was Father Time. I didn't like Father
You
Time.
didn't like Father
I
Time,
love Father
really?
Time.
I didn't like Father Time.
Wait, what did you not like about
love
it?
Father
You still got.
Time.
It's because Mark still has daddy issues. Made him uncomfortable.
No, I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't the mood for when I was listening to it, you know?
Oh, you're trying to
Well,
like. I see.
Yeah.
You're trying to get
Right?
in there.
I'm going to N95 and then World Steppers and then there you go, you know?
I love
you know
Die
what I
Hard.
mean?
Die Hard and Father Time are great. I
Hard
love them. I love them.
That Hard's nice. Dude, Worldwide Steppers is like really cringe to me. The first part of it. I don't know if anybody else, or I keep saying like I don't know if I'm sure other people are being obnoxious, but it's like really cringe to me that the first half of that song and throughout the album. Maybe I know a lot of people don't care. People are just like, oh haha, like who cares? It makes me kind of like cringe a little bit. Like throughout the album, he says like cracker a few times, and then on that song, and then on that song, I didn't get the point. You know, in on Worldwide Steppers, that song, he basically he tells his experiences of like of different times in his life where he had sex with white women, and then the punchline at the end, he just says like, oh, like my ancestors were like good job, you got revenge or something. I just thought it was so cringe, honestly. Like that was like really like I was actually, and I was like disappointed. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
What
Like,
song is
Kendrick,
that
what
off
do you?
of?
Worldwide Steppers, where he's talking about like he always like, oh, I fuck white bitches or whatever. I thought that was like super cringe. Like I was like disappointed in, honestly.
Another one I didn't like was Auntie Diaries. I didn't like Auntie Diaries.
Bro, are you? Do you even?
I didn't like it. I don't know.
Okay, what do you not like about that song? You gotta explain.
You know, like
you need to explain this.
I just can't. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I didn't like one thing about the song. I can't even take away one good thing from it. I think that Crown.
Okay. Do you Maybe this might be a good example of the theory, Gabriel, that I have. Do you know what that song is about?
Absolutely.
Like, you know what the song is about,
No,
right?
that's why I didn't
You
connect.
don't?
Okay,
Dude,
there we
it's
go.
really
No.
interesting and cool.
Okay. So a theory this is a theory that I've told Gabriel.
It's kind of
Is,
like obvious. Like most people that listen to music like can believe this. It's not really that crazy.
So like me, Mark, I fucking love lyrics. I really love rap music. I love lyrics, right? Like I love fucking deciphering like rap bars and what people are saying. Like I'm super into that. I fucking love that, right? That's like my favorite thing. And a thing I've said to Gabriel is like I feel like 90% of people who listen to rap have no idea what the fuck rappers are saying in their verses. Like they're kind of like they don't like understand even they don't like understand the words they're saying because there's just like so much lingo and like people just don't understand like what they're saying or what they're talking about. Auntie Diaries is a beautiful track, bro. You should listen to it with the
Absolutely.
lyrics up. The track is him talking about how he had two family members who were transgender. And who are transgender, and he's just like telling the story, and it's really beautiful. At the end, he talks about how he went with one of them to church because one of his family members who was transgender were religious. And then the preacher started like shitting on the transgender person, like saying like, oh, like the world is fucked up because of people like you. And then Kendrick stood up for them in the front of church, saying like, yo, like like, aren't we supposed to love thy neighbor? Like that's what church is all about, right? And then Kendrick's family member like really appreciated that, and that like helped them become closer together. And the punchline at the end is really funny. It's just it's honestly a beautiful track. Like I would recommend, since you said you didn't know what it's about, like I would recommend listening to it with the lyrics up,
Absolutely,
because
dude, it's great.
because the track isn't like a banger. It's not like
It's
not
literally
super,
it's
it's not
yeah.
super
like
musical. It's just a
exactly.
beautiful story.
Okay. The thing is, with songs like this, it literally takes me years to understand sometimes. Like it does. Like I literally found out like maybe 3 years ago what "Runaway" meant, and that's funny. It literally took me like a
Oh,
couple
like
years.
it's about, yeah, it's like a love song. Like he's telling
Yeah,
the girl.
and
Do you
I'm a
get
very
wait, do you get what Push's verse is about though? I love that song. Do you get what
no,
Push's verse is
I
about?
actually don't. You wanna
Okay,
explain?
you want to break it? Okay. Do you remember Push's verse in that song?
Yeah,
24/7, 365,
65,
pussy
pussy
stays on
stays
my
on my
mind. All
mind.
right, all right. Yeah, like that whole verse about
Yeah,
like fucking so pick your next move. You could leave or live with it. What you gonna do? Go back to wearing knockoffs? Ha, knock it off. Neiman
Neiman
shop it off.
chop it
His whole
up.
verse, right?
Mhm.
It's so Pusha is what Kanye is saying to the girl. The whole song, Kanye is saying his inner thoughts about, yo, like, please, like, run away from me, baby. Like, I know I'm horrible for you. Run away from me, right? Like, I'm really bad at, showing my love and, giving my
Oh
love out.
shit.
Pusha's
Mhm.
verse is what Kanye is actually saying to the girl in person. He's telling her, yo, you're not gonna fuck, right? Like, I'm rich. Like, fucking, I'll buy you some shit. Like, what are you gonna do? Go back to wearing knockoff shoes? Like, no, knock it off. Like, right? That's what he's
Oh my.
actually saying to her. Like that's what he's telling her. That's what Push's verse is.
Just from me and you need to talk more. There's a lot of songs I don't get.
I got. Yeah, we need to do it. We gotta do it. We gotta do a breakdown. I gotta break it down to you.
I need a breakdown.
Yo, listen, I got you. My friends are spoiled. My friends are spoiled. I be breaking the songs down. They don't even get
You're dumb.
what rappers be saying. I'm telling you, Gabriel doesn't know what 90% of these songs mean. You know, what's one of the funny stories?
That
You know,
sounds great. I like that.
I'm gonna.
That's
This
funny.
is a hilarious one. Do you
It's
remember
so good.
Backseat Freestyle on Good Kid, Mad City? Do you remember in the beginning of the song, Kendrick's like, "Martin had a dream." You remember that?
Hold on. I gotta re-listen to that album.
But
again.
just you just.
Yeah, I
I'm telling
remember.
you,
I
that's what
remember
he
that
says,
little
right?
part.
He
Yeah.
says Martin had a dream in the beginning of that song.
Mhm.
Gabriel didn't know who he was talking about. He was like, "Who the fuck is Martin? Is that like Kendrick's friend or something?" I was like, "Bro,
I know.
Oh my
huh?"
god.
Actually, there's two Martins I know. So let me break this down. You
Oh
be talking about
shit.
Okay, Mark. Please, you know
This is
who.
Mark Logic. Hold on.
Martin had a dream. Mark. Who is he
Okay.
talking about?
So not Martin Lawrence. So it's the other one. So
He's talking about Martin Luther King. Obviously, Martin Luther King. I have a dream speech. Yes,
That's
bro.
funny.
I'm telling you, people do not listen to rap music like I listen to rap music.
But the thing is, Kendrick is so hard to understand. He's very, you know what I mean? And for a person like me, it's very hard. Like J. Cole and Kanye, I can understand. I can, because they speak somewhat, I don't know. Kendrick, it goes.
Kendrick does definitely do some weird, crazy, deep shit. Like, yeah, I wrote
Mhm.
like To Pimp a Butterfly is one of my favorite. I don't know if you saw when I wrote like an. Do you remember I wrote like an article about it?
Yeah, I read the Jay-Z one.
Yeah, I did. I also did
read
one on To Pimp a Butterfly where it just broke down what like a lot of the songs.
I didn't read that
Um,
one. I don't
yeah,
know if you
I did one on that
activated
too.
Instagram at that time. I usually saw it when you posted it on your story, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, Kendrick definitely has like some. He can if you're not listening to the lyric, if you're just listening to the music, yeah, there's gonna be songs like Auntie Diaries which you're not gonna like, but like those are like amazing. Did you like Mother I Sober? Like that whole song's a story. It's
I
fucking
didn't hate it.
like I almost cried. I think I cried at the end of that song.
I didn't hate it, nor did I like love it. 'Cause like I said, I don't know if I connected to it. I
Or
did
like you
like
just
it
didn't even
even
understand
more.
like what he was talking about.
Yeah, but it just sounded better to me than Auntie Diaries personally. I don't know. I just didn't like the sound of. I know it was a
Yeah, I
message.
get it. Yeah. And that's not a bad thing, by the way. By the like, there's people listen to music for different things. For me, I love fucking like rap. Like I love lyrics and like listening to what people are saying. Like that's my favorite shit. Like if you talk to anybody who knows me, like I'm always rap lyrics and shit. Like I love that, right? Some people like don't give a fuck about lyrics. People just want to. Some people, just like the beats or the music. Like people listen to music for different shit. So if you're like,
Yeah,
not that into that, like yeah, it's just people are just into different shit with music.
I agree. I mean, I don't know what I listen. I always listen to hype music, and it's very rare. Like if I'm in a sad mood, I listen to sad music or whatever fits the mood.
Yeah.
Storytelling. Um,
Yeah, that's why
but yeah,
Kendrick, a lot of Kendrick, Kendrick songs don't have replay value for a lot of people because if you're just listening for like the sound, it's not like hype. It's not really. It's just like because he has a lot of songs like that. Where like he's just like telling a story, and if you don't care about that, then you're not gonna like it. Which and that's your opinion. Like that's fine. Like you just don't like it. You don't care about the story or whatever.
I wanted to make a connection a little bit back, but I know I wanted to talk about Kendrick's album a little bit more. Are you guys ready to move on, or do you guys still want to add any final
No,
touches on?
whatever. I don't think I don't know if I have much to say.
Fuck, I'm trying to think. So, yeah, like
What's your conclusion?
yeah, that's actually I was gonna say we should like conclude. In conclusion, I think.
Wait, no, wait. I have like two small things.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm so sorry. We've been talking about this for so long. Okay, the ending of "We Cry Together." Do you remember at the end of the song? Or actually, I have like another thing. I'm pretty sure the discs are switched. I'm pretty sure the first half of the album is Mr. Steppers, and the second half is Mr.Morale.
It is.
I'm
It is.
pretty. I'm
It's
like
stupid.
99%. Do you get that, Mark? Because the second half has a song Mr. Morale. The first album has a song Worldwide. Like it's like switched from what the title is. Also, at the ending of "We Cry Together," I don't know if you guys remember the way that song ends. The song ends, and then at the end of the song, this made me like hate the song, or not. I still like the song. I think it's a good song. I just, like I said, I didn't like the ending. And then also another thing that made me cringe is like they act like it's so deep. The ending of the song, the girl says, you hear like a bunch of steps because that's the big steppers. You hear like a bunch of tap shoes, right? And then she says, stop tap dancing around the conversation. Like what is the conversation? You guys, it's just like two people having an argument. And Kendrick's like the thing about like the feminism, like I already explained. Kendrick's like what Kendrick, because like see like it's trying to be. That's why I can't buy that excuse. Like oh maybe it was dumb on purpose. Like it's trying to be this like deep song. And at the end, it's like stop tap dancing around the conversation. And like Kendrick's response to the girl is so fucking stupid. It actually like pisses me off.
What did he say?
Remember what I was explaining before, where like he just says like oh. You're a feminist, but you don't always get along with other women. Like women don't get along always. It's like okay, dude. Like what?
Kendrick is speaking. That was beautiful, Kendrick. I got that point. I'm joking. But,
another thing. Actually, I want to ask Mark. It's good to have outside perspective because I feel like I'm always talking to the same people, and we always like share opinions. So I'm curious. What did you think about Kendrick saying? He said the F slur on that.
I don't know. I mean, I'm a very goofy and silly person. I don't really take anything serious. I don't take anything serious. But obviously, I mean, I'm not. I can't relate to that, so I wouldn't be offended. Nor did I didn't hear anybody that I know who is part of that group offended. So I mean, I didn't really have a problem with it because obviously I'm not part of it. So I mean, I don't know.
So
I
you don't have like a strong opinion.
Yeah, I don't really have an opinion on it. But from what I've heard from people who are and they listen to the song, I don't think they minded it. I don't know if they thought quoting or I wasn't sure the context.
Yeah, people. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the important. Because some people were mad that he said that, and I thought it was really dumb because I feel like people, when it's really hard to talk about slurs like in the current day and stuff. I feel like people's like brains shut off. Because I think most people would agree, even though like people say certain things that I think they disagree with. So like I think people I would argue that I'm pretty sure that most people would that you can say certain words that are bad in like in context, right? Like if an
Exactly.
English teacher is reading like a book and the N word comes up or something, right? Like that it's they're not racist when they say that word, right? They're just like reading, right?
Hmm.
And that's how I felt about like I think it was okay him saying that in this song because he's clearly not. The whole song is literally about him saying like when he says those words, he's saying, "Oh, we used to say this and this is fucked up. Like we used to say this as kids and it was fucked up and now we don't say it anymore." So like with that context, like I think it's just because he says the slur doesn't make it bad. Like because he's not being derogatory, you know? Like he's
Yeah.
saying like, "Yo, this is fucked up. Like we don't say this anymore." But yeah, I don't know. That was just my
Funny that
take
you
on that.
say that. Funny that you say that because I remember I forgot what I don't know if it was this. I think it was. I saw on TikTok there was a lyric in that song where it's like girl in my concert singing what was it?
Yeah, the N word. Yeah, at the end. That's the
Yeah,
N word.
yeah, and they all shamed her, and like
Yeah.
he felt bad, and he's like she can't say the
No,
same
no,
words.
no, no. That's why I said the punchline of that song is so funny. I actually saw before I finished the song when I was listening to it the first time. I like thought that's what, or I didn't think that's what he was gonna say, but at the end when the song is building to the punchline, right? And and I was like, wait, this seems contradictory because like I literally thought of that situation. I was like, wait, that time when Kendrick brought that girl and she was
Yeah.
rapping along to the song and she said the N word. But then he brought that up in the song as like that's like the punchline where he's like, "Yo, like if that's like the punchline of the song, like, yo, it's okay to say these like you can say we can say these words together, but that means you have to let that girl say the N word in that situation because the context basically."
Hmm.
I think that song is I really like that song and the punchline is fucking fire at the end. Yeah. Because do you remember that situation? Kendrick brought up a girl on stage like a few years ago. She
I
was
found
rapping
out
along to
about
one
it.
of the
Like,
songs.
I
Yeah.
forgot about it, and it was like reminded. I literally saw it like today on my For You page. That's why I brought it up. I was fresh in my memory. But yeah, I remember that situation. I think they did the same thing. It happened with Travis too. I'm pretty sure it was like a white kid. He was
Yeah.
singing it, but he didn't care. You know, it's Travis Scott.
It's Travis.
Like all Raiders over there, they don't care.
They're
You know,
raging.
raging. My conclusion on the album. Is there any other thoughts? Sorry, before I move on
No,
to
I'm good.
that.
I'm good.
I think
I've
we
been
should
talking
move
a lot.
on.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a rating for the album, and this is off 4 listens. I haven't listened to a song more than 4 times.
Yeah.
I've skipped the interludes though.
Yeah.
Said they are interludes. My final rating for this album is 7.4.
Hmm.
I hope it grows on me more. Sadly, the reason why I have it below an 8 is because I feel like it doesn't have replay value to me yet. Maybe it will after a couple more listens. Um, there weren't any like crazy, amazing tracks to me, like amazing, like 10 out
Yeah.
of 10
No.
tracks to me on the
Yeah.
album. Um, Nor were there like 1 out of 10 songs. I don't know. It was either very average or there was like, okay, that one's kind of good, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I have my rating as that. I'll let you guys. That
You're able to
was
give yours?
yeah.
Yeah, in conclusion, the concept shit being like they're like it's like a leaning like fucking tower. It's like it wants to be kind of concept, but it kind of breaks off it like a little bit. It's annoying. The 2 disc is really fucking dumb. The name like just not like just meaning nothing is kind of like I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way. I don't know why. Overall, like the album, it's good, and it's grown on me. Like there's a good couple of songs that I do like, and like overall it's a 7. But like it does have like fucking like problems, like that whole like scattered thought shit where it's like there's a bunch of just like random shit like all over the project. It's so like it feels so strong. It's like I can't help but like notice it when I listen to it. Like it doesn't hurt that much, but like it's still like it's like annoying. But yeah, it's like a 7. It's cool. I like it. Good.
What about you, Jascard?
I don't know. I kind of don't like giving like number ratings, but
Mhm.
for me, I disagree with you a little bit, or like for me personally, like I think "Mother I Sober" is one of his best songs ever. I think the last 4 tracks, "Auntie Diaries," I think those are all fucking. I think that's an amazing song. "Mother I Sober." Yeah, like especially those last few are really good.
Solid.
Yeah, first listen I hated it. I like it a lot more now. The tracks that I would like remove that I honestly don't like is the first 3 on disc 2, Count Me Out, Crowns, which I think is the worst one, and Silent Hill with Kodak. Crowns is really boring to me. it's just him saying like it's like he's just repeating the same lyrics,
Yep.
and it's just like this really minimal, boring production. Like that song I think is like bad. Like I don't like that one. And Count Me Out and Silent Hill are just kind of like eh. But overall, I think it's a good project. I think I would rate it in his discography. It's a little early, so like I don't like this isn't like definitive. It's about equal to Damn for me. I think it's like I can't give like a definitive. I would say like what you guys are saying, probably like a 7 to 8 ish. I think this one has higher highs than Damn, like with Auntie Diaries and Mother.
Yeah. I agree.
Like I keep talking about those two songs. I love those songs. I like the intro a lot. I like N95, Father Time. Yeah, there's like a good few tracks I like. It's like a probably like a 7. I like it about as much as I like Damn, which is also like around there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you guys want to talk about any other albums that came out this year? I want to know your ranking. Top 5 albums that came out this year.
So number 1 still for me. I was kind of scared before Kendrick's album came out that this album would be dethroned as rap album of the year, but it still hasn't been. Still my rap album of the year. Pusha T's It's Almost Dry. I'm a Pusha T stan. I love Pusha T. That's still my. I like this. Kendrick's album is close though. It's not super far, but I like It's Almost Dry. If this is like a 7, It's Almost Dry is like an 8 or 9 for me.
Okay.
That's my that's my rap album of the year. Rap album of the year so far.
I also agree with that. It's fucking Pusha T. Yeah, that album was so good. This album is like nowhere near there. Like it's just like an album I listen to.
For me,
and
it's
I liked.
close. For me, it's close.
Pusha T was just so fucking good. It's actually like it's great. Honestly, I don't know if we're gonna be able to like. I don't know if we're gonna get like a top to that this year. I feel like it
Freddie
is
Gibbs might be
possible,
dropping
but
this year. It's possible JID might drop.
It
There's
could,
still
but
some
Freddie
people
Gibbs
who
has
do.
been kind of dropping like some like.
Dude,
He's been dropping some okay stuff. He's dropped some good stuff, but it's very inconsistent.
Did you, Mark? Did you listen to the Jack Harlow album?
I listened to a little bit of it. I listened to like the hit songs. I should have listened to the
First
whole
Class.
album.
I love First Class.
I love for oh
Just
my
a banger.
fuck.
You like that song?
I don't love it, but I don't hate it. It's
Mhm.
like it's a song
It's in the
like
middle.
I wouldn't turn off, but like I wouldn't put on. You know what I
I
mean?
vote it. I
Mm.
vote it.
Yeah, like it's cool. I mess with it, but I would never like that wouldn't be like on the top of my queue of a playlist.
I was surprised. I had the same like sort of reaction when the Roddy Ricch's album came out, Live Life Fast.
Oh, I hated that album. I had so many expectations for that.
I didn't. Oh yeah, I had the same thing with this Jack Harlow, where everybody I saw like hates these two albums, like this Jack Harlow one and that one. And for me, when I listened to them, I didn't love them, but I was like, oh, these are like decent, like these are good. Like I didn't hate them as much as everybody. Like this Jack Harlow album, I was surprised. I'm not even really like I went in expecting to listen to like the first 2 or 3 tracks, and then I was just gonna like stop listening. But I actually like enjoyed it. Like he did like some interesting stuff with the production. He had like some beat switches which kept the songs interesting. At least like I thought it was gonna be him just rapping, just like kind of like the whole way through. My main complaint with Jack Harlow, is he just sounds so much like Drake, and it's just like I want him to get his own like style a little bit. Do you see that,
Mhm.
Mark? Do you
On
get like how he
On
just
that- on
and
the
just the way he
song?
raps, not sound. Like the way he raps, he just like it's so Drake. It's so much
see
Drake.
that.
Yeah, like even that First Class song, like he has like certain bars. It's like shit Drake would say like verbatim. Like when he says in that First Class song, he's like,
yeah, I don't
you
know,
need
I just feel
Givenchy, you were Jesus. Like that's like a Drake bar. Drake would say.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he just doesn't have like a signature, you know? I don't think
Yeah, he's not like
copies
original.
Drake. I just think he's very just plain. I don't want to be like
I
you know,
agree.
on the
Yeah.
man's grind. It's just very plain to me. No
Yeah, I
hate
want to
on
see
him.
him develop. I think he's like a pretty good writer. Like he's like a decent rapper. And I thought this album was decent. Like people were like, this shit is trash. I thought it was like decent. I think he bodied Drake on the song with Drake. Everybody says Drake bodied him. I feel like I like Jack Harlow's verse way better. Did you hear the song with Drake?
I thought it was pretty even for me. I think it was. I didn't really prefer one or the other. I thought it was. They went good
Did
together.
you did you get because now I have to ask, like, did you get all the disses Drake was doing in his verse? He was dissing Kendrick and Pusha T.
I did hear the Pusha T diss. I didn't hear the Kendrick. I didn't catch the Kendrick one.
So the Kendrick one, I'm pretty sure it was Kendrick. Everybody's saying it's Kendrick. I'm pretty sure it is. The line where Drake says like how you the goat, how you say you same ones who say they the goats of the game when they not even in it, because Drake or Kendrick hasn't dropped for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that was like a
Remind me of
Kendrick
the
disc.
one.
Pusha T. So I have a theory about this actually, which I'll get to. The Pusha T one where he was saying like he was like, oh, he got one up on. I have a revenge. I can't let him do that to me. Like he beat me or whatever. And then he says like he said he has a bar about Daytonas, which was the name of Pusha T's like album before.
Mhm.
Hey, but he's just saying like, oh, I'm gonna get revenge on him, basically. That was like the Pusha T disc, because he that whole fucking where Pusha body Drake when they were beefing or whatever.
The son thing.
My theory about Drake's verse though, on this album or on Jack Harlow's album, it felt like Drake. I don't know. I feel like because it was so weird that Drake was dissing fucking Pusha again and Kendrick, and what it felt like to me. So you know how Drake makes like a lot of like sing-songy like pop sort of music, but then he also has like tracks on his albums, like one or two, like the intro usually, and he drops tracks every once in a while where he's rapping.
Mm-hmm.
He always has like that mix, right? Like he'll feed both of those fan bases.
Which is a good mix. I love that.
Yeah, exactly. On this verse, I was like, bro, is like Drake like out of content to rap about? That's what it felt like, because it felt so awkward that he's bringing up this Pusha T beef years later. Pusha has not said anything about it, and like Drake lost, and then he's bringing it up, and he's like, oh, like I need to get revenge. And then he's like, this. It's just like really like weird. Like I felt like it's like that's what it felt like to me. I feel like Drake is like, I'm like, is he out of content to like rap about? Because he's on this record with this new hot guy who has like a similar style to him.
Also a new fan base, right? Like a new.
Yeah, and he's obviously like a big fan of Drake. And then they're doing this rap record together. And so Drake has to bring like his rapper bars. Like he has to. He can't let Jack Harlow like out rap him or beat him or whatever. And so it's like, and then I feel like he just had I feel like he has no content to pull from anymore. Like, yeah, because it's so weird him bringing this up. Why is it funny I say that?
It's funny you say that because when you say you like Jack Harlow's verse a little bit more, I felt the same way when Lil Baby out rapped Drake on
Yeah. Wants and Needs. Yeah, Lil Baby fucking destroyed that. His verse is crazy.
10 out of 10 verse.
And I was actually gonna bring that up. He did that Scary Hours too. He did that little 3 song.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Wants and Needs. No. It was like It was like I think it was a different. It might have been Wants and Needs. I don't remember. But on that album or on that little EP he did with those 3 songs, he literally says he says he has a bar about like, yo, imagine me rapping like I don't. He said I don't remember what the bar is, but basically what he's saying is he says like, imagine me rapping like I was still broke, like I don't have a lot of money, and it made me think of that when I heard the verse on the Jack Harlow album, because like. Maybe he's like, yeah, because it feels like he's out of content, because he knows, he's like, I can't keep rapping about being broke and wanting to make it, right? I've been the biggest artist for like 10 years.
Drake always goes back to that. I mean, I know lyrics by heart. I love Drake. I can name lyrics that he said that before. No Complaints by Drake and Offset.
Yeah.
It's Metro's album. I think Metro.
Yeah.
He's like, no more drinking tap water at the boss. Like he always tries to go.
Yeah. Like he and it's like he wants to remain relatable and like down to earth. But like he acknowledges on Scary Hours too, like on one of those songs where he says like, "Yo, can't rap about that being broke anymore. Like it just doesn't make sense anymore. Like it just doesn't like fit anymore."
I know what you're talking about. Is it the one with Rick Ross?
It might have been that one, or yeah, I think it was the Rick Ross one. But yeah, I think you see, and that's what, and it made me go back to that when I heard this Jack Harlow verse, right? Because I think that makes sense, because he acknowledges like, yo, I can't rap about what I've been rapping about, like being broke and shit. Like what? And so I feel like now he's like, it feels like he's like kind of confused. It's like he's like, what the fuck do I rap about? Because him bringing up Pusha T and shit was just weird, dude.
There is a joke that he has ghostwriters, because brought that up, and then it ended up becoming friends. Maybe he is just out of context. I mean content.
Content right now, maybe. Yeah, that's just what it felt.
He's made like what 10 albums already. So
10 years in. Yeah, I mean it's just what if and he could get more content, but it just felt like on that verse that's just what I.
Thing is with rap, it's so hard not to get repetitive. It's very hard not to get repetitive. So I get it. I feel like Kanye's, get out of that. That's my bias because I love Kanye. But yeah, he needs new ghostwriters maybe. Hit me up, Drake. Got you. I'll write a verse for you.
For sure. Gabriel, you got anything you want to talk about? Because I feel like with me and Mark have just been fucking talking about rap shit.
Not really.
Any topics?
I do have
Oh, you
a
talking
mo-
about Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
We
Talk
could,
about it.
I guess.
I feel like you had some shit to say about that.
It was interesting. So, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. It was the big hype train because, like, oh my god, the multiverse is supposed to expand the Marvel universe, but it ended up being just like another Marvel movie, and it was pretty good. Had some interesting shit, especially because it was directed by Sam Raimi. Some people, like people now, or a lot more people now, known for the original Spider-Man trilogy, but the people who are like actually like, huge fans of him. They know him for like the Evil Dead movies and like his like horror shit because it's like so interesting and like weird and fucking like freaky.
Oh, wait, did he do horror movies?
Yeah, he did Evil Dead 1,
Dude,
2.
that
I don't
makes-
know what else he
remember
did.
the theory? Okay, we'll get into it. Remember what I was telling you? What I felt about that movie? I'll tell you. But that makes so much sense now that you say it.
This movie is like semi-horror in a lot of ways. They turn the villain. Actually, do people care about spoilers? How long has it been? Like a month?
It's been,
like a few
it's
weeks?
been, it's been, yeah.
It's been a while.
Spoiler alert, but-
Wanda. Wait, what happened?
Came out this month, like earlier this month.
Few
Okay,
weeks
okay,
ago.
yeah. What? I think it's fine
Spoiler.
for spoilers. Okay, yeah. Spoiler. Wanda is like the villain, and they turn her into like this fucking like freak. Like by the end of the movie, like she's like horrifying. This might be the first like Marvel movie where I was genuinely like fucking like kind of like oh shit, like this fucking like goddamn. Like, I was like somewhat like kind of like fearful, like the villain. Like I was actually because they're like. This movie has a fucking death count, like a like and like not just a death count, like we actually see like horrific murder be like done, and it's so like scary. It's so fucking like weird, and it adds a lot to the movie. Besides like the fact that it's just kind of like okay until like the end.
That was so. What you're saying about like they make the shit. That was actually kind of my main about the movie is, and this actually like when I from the beginning of the movie I noticed this, and I noticed it throughout the whole movie. It bugged me was the whole because this was my take on it. It felt like what I felt like watching the movie. I was like, bro, it feels like they want to make a horror movie so bad because there's so many scenes of like the villain Wanda like chasing them and they're fucking scared and shit. But the thing that bothered me about it though is I feel like they just didn't commit, and maybe and I think it's because they can't, because they have to be super commercial and stuff. There was like scenes where I was like, bro, if they were able to like change the color palette and not just have like the stock commercial Marvel colors and do some cool shots and shit I was like, yo, they could have done some crazy shit. But I feel like they're not allowed to do that because it's like this big commercial. So I was like, I felt like they were limited. Because they felt like they really wanted, and that's why it made a lot of sense. You said that this guy was a horror director, because that makes so much sense to me now. Because I didn't even know that, but when I had that take or whatever, but yeah, it felt like they were trying to make a horror movie, and I felt like they were not allowed to actually make it like stick. Because this movie's not scary. This movie's like
it's
not scary.
Well, it's like there's tension.
The ending is cool. The ending is cool, but like other than that, it's just like.
I mean, you gotta admit this. Okay, so I kind of disagree with that. The shot with the shots being like you're saying like to be like more like tailored to like being scary. I agree with that, but there's also some this movie is like really pretty, but also yeah, I think there should be like some kind of like filter, like some like I don't know if you've seen. I don't know. Yeah, it is.
So bright and preachy.
Have you
and,
seen
like,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or like have you seen clips of it?
I've seen one of them. I don't know which one.
It has like a dark like Mexico filter where it's like this like dark grainy like brown. It's like fucking like dirty. It makes the set look so fucking gross.
Exactly.
I think if it had something like that, not that like exact filter, something like that, it actually like adds so much. Like just
and it doesn't need to do that the whole movie.
Not
just
the
like,
whole, like
just
this,
Scarlet Witch.
especially because you're fucking moving from multiverses. Like it's like you can like change the way it looks.
And
like,
actually, no, fuck that. Let me take that back. I wish they were able to just make a horror movie. Like, imagine the whole movie is just a fucking like that would have been awesome. But I get
because I mean, I think it's semi-successful, not in like very, but it's like semi.
It's like half
I think
step,
it's absolutely, because you see like all like the weird, crazy, fucking dark shit like Wanda's doing. Like she does like these weird. She like there's a scene where she like crawls out like a puddle or like a mirror, and her fucking like arms and like her body parts are like dismembered and shit, and she's like doing all that. But I think the scene that really like because it's an elevating threat. The scene that like elevates it like to the point where it's like, oh shit, like this shit's kind of like fucked, is when the Illuminati gets revealed. It's like all these like fucking like cameos and shit. They get revealed and they're like, oh, we're this and this is what's going on, blah blah blah. Wanda comes in and she literally like horrifically murders them. Like one of the characters has his fucking brain blown up by him yelling in his enclosed mouth because he's like
cool
shit.
scene.
That was insane.
Cool scene.
Because his voice like blows shit up. It fucking like his like brain like explodes. You see it pop out and then like drag back into him. Someone gets in like sliced in half. Jim from The Office, he plays a Fantastic Four character. He gets fucking turned into silly string until his fucking head gets popped, and like it's just like crazy. Like it's actually so cool.
I don't know. Oh, that brain one was, but like even the deaths like there didn't feel that brutal. Like I was just like, oh okay.
They could have been more. Well, obviously,
But
more horrific, but yeah. For what they had, I thought it was very good because
Yeah,
I understand
it was
the
a good
limitations.
It was the movie. It's a decent like
It's
a decent like movie. It's like it's cool. It's not amazing.
But there's
I
so
just,
much
the
potential
whole
in it.
movie, exactly. The whole movie, I was just like, bro. Like I feel like if they were allowed to go crazy, they could have made.
Especially because
Amazing.
Doctor Strange is such a fucking weird like IP. The multiverse shit, all this weird mystical like magic shit, summoning demons, heaven, all the weird like mystical stuff you could possibly think of when you think Doctor Strange exists within that IP, like
And
within that world.
I really like the thing of like him having this evil book now and the Doctor Strange with like the 3 eyes. That was really interesting. Wanda's character arc was so predictable, and it wasn't. The thing is, like, it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't bad. Like, it was. I think she did her role well. Her like, but it was just like her character arc was just like. I was just like, wait, is it when it happened? I was like, oh, okay. Like,
yeah, it's like fine. It's like what? Okay.
It's just like the whole like. I was just like, wait, is it when it happened? I was like, oh, okay. Like,
yeah, it's like fine. It's like what? Okay.
It's just like the whole movie, like she she wants to kill a different Scarlet Witch in another universe and take her kids and basically become the mom. And then at the end, when that finally happens, she realizes like they wouldn't. This is like I'm being too idealistic. Like like they wouldn't accept me. Like they need to be with their actual mom. Like it was just like obviously. I don't know. It was kind of like plain. It wasn't bad.
Since you didn't watch, no, yeah, I agree with that completely. Since you didn't watch fucking WandaVision, her arc leading into like her villainy is very cool. Like that is like the perfect.
show?
So basically, what happens? I'll tell you. Is Vision dies and she's like, holy shit, what the fuck did I do? Because what happened, you remember when she kills him, she like fucking like
she takes out the jewel or whatever.
She takes this shit out of his like head, but he's like in pain like the whole time he's doing it.
Uzi Diamond.
Yeah, Uzi Diamond, the fucking constant ripped off his fucking forehead. Yeah, that happens, right? And then she's like traumatized by it. She's like, just the thought of like the pain and agony he was in from like her doing that like scares her. But the fact that Thanos brought him fucking back like directly in front of her, ripped this gem out of his fucking head, and just like left her for like just left her. Yeah, it just like it's like. She's like traumatized by it. So she goes to the house that they literally bought because they're like, all right, after we're done with all this dumb shit, we're gonna like chill. She goes to this house and she like basically has like a breakdown, and basically she puts this field around.
Yeah, I've seen the.
It turns like the whole city into like a sitcom basically, and all the. But here's the thing. Here's the twist. There's like the crazy shit. It's like, oh fuck, Wanda is controlling everyone. Like she's fucking puppeteering them, and they can feel like, and they feel. Here's the thing. They feel like her whole like pain, all of her emotions, they become basically like one. Like Wanda becomes one with them, and they all feel their pain. Like they're all still their own people, but they feel everything Wanda feels, but like horrifically like vivid. So there'll be times when like someone like gets like ripped out of the like puppeteer. They're like, please help me. I'm actually in absolute fucking agony. I can't talk to my son. I can't talk to my husband. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I can't move for myself. It's like there's some scenes like, oh my fucking god, she is like not a good person. She's like a villain. And then it's like there's like a scene that's like the villain is like some other like Scarlet Witch. She's like, oh my god, your power is so strong, I want it. But she's not really like She's just like a fucking like Marvel threat that just shows up at the end. Nothing crazy.
So we need a cool fight. Yeah.
But the cool thing in that, the thing that like is like the teetering for that, besides the fact that she like fucked up a bunch of people, fuck. Vision, she recreates Vision out of nothing. She recreates him, and he has like his own consciousness. He's like, there's certain points where like the simulation will break in front of Vision. He's like, I don't know what is this? I'm so confused. And she'll like confront Wanda and be like, I don't know who I am. I don't know what is happening. I'm so confused. Why the fuck are you doing this? What is happening to this town? And it's when the series ends, she destroys the force field and she kills off Vision, but she also kills off like her imaginary kids that she had with Vision in that like reality.
Yeah.
So she kills off Vision
She actually
again.
killed, like 2 little kids.
Well, she didn't kill them. They basically she created them along with
they weren't
Vision,
real.
like
Okay.
she like manifested them,
Yeah,
but like basically they were dead because they had their own
manifesting that for you.
They literally had their own consciousness, and they're like thinking like their own thing and all that. So she basically killed her kids. She killed fucking Vision again. So she just left with like, and then she like tortured like that whole city, and she left with like all that. And the show makes you think it's like, wow, she's like better for herself. She's stronger now. Yeah, but like in reality, it's like, dude, Jesus fucking Christ, this this horrific. Yeah. So her becoming a villain and the way she like what she does in this movie, it's like so cool. I love it. It's such a fun like move to the art. But the way it ends is very ass.
And in this movie, she's like, it's like kind
The
of
way
lame.
it ends is okay. Look. The crazy, she literally like raids an entire fucking temple of like fucking
She was lame
magicians. I guess.
Oh, that scene? I don't know, where she's killed, like, that was cool. I think he went like with like the 4 giants with the empty. I was like, I don't care.
Oh no, that was whatever. No, I'm talking about like when she like raids like the fucking like someone gets like disintegrated. She like fucking burns someone to like a crisp. She's a cool villain, but the way she ends is like kind of like eh. It's decent, but there's mad potential because Sam Raimi's just like a fucking like great director like that.
Exactly. Mark, you didn't watch this movie, but you said you had a take on it.
I was gonna say, is it better than Batman? You think?
Absolutely not, Mark. Trust, bro. We're not gonna get a Marvel movie in the next decade that will top Batman. Okay, these goofy, funny, haha, like kid-friendly, like consumer-friendly fucking movies will not top Batman in
Me and
any
Gabriel really
way.
like Batman. That's our favorite superhero movie. We watched
Absolutely.
it together.
I mean, Incredibles is my favorite, but that's like the like mainstream.
yeah.
My favorite.
I don't know if you watched Mark. I don't know if you watched our other podcast, but we have I think our last one. We talked about the Batman because we both. Yep. I've seen that movie like 3 times now. I think that's the best. The first time I watched it, I was like, okay, this is like the best. For me, this is like the best superhero movie. Like easy. Like I really like that movie.
Oh, I
Did you
want
watch
to
that movie,
debate on this. I want to debate on this then. You think it's the best Batman movie ever?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I have it second. I have it behind Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Yeah. Okay, let me give you my Dark Knight take actually. So I watched the movie twice. I watched it the day I think I watched it like on a Saturday and a Sunday. Like I watched it the first time, but I watched it again in theaters. Right, I watched it twice. Then afterwards, I watched Dark Knight again because that was like my favorite Batman movie too. So these are my. So let me tell me what you think about this. So I think Dark Knight. I think it's still an amazing movie. I think I like this new Batman a good amount more, but I think the Dark Knight is still a really good movie, and it's not like too far behind this new one. The thing so for me, what I felt about Dark Knight when I watched it again is one, I don't give a fuck about any of the characters in that movie. Like I don't give a fuck about Batman, Morgan Freeman,
Really?
Alfred. What's the commissioner? The only characters in that movie I think are interesting are Joker and Harvey Dent. I think they're very interesting.
Yep.
The main the awesome part about that movie, or why that movie is really good and everybody loves it, all the amazing shit Joker does, terrorizing the city and like all that crazy shit. That's what makes them. But like other than that, there's not much I like about the movie. I think Batman in that movie and that the original trilogy, that trilogy, I think that Batman is, after I've seen this new one, I think that Batman, the character, like how he's written, is so boring. He's just too perfect. Like like in the daytime, like Bruce Wayne, the billionaire, he's making these deals. He's like a playboy. He's like fucking all these chicks. And then at nighttime, he's also like Batman.
Yeah.
He's just
First
too
blood.
perfect. I love in this new one. We're just
Oh my
rehashing.
God.
By the way, we're just rehashing everything we said in our last
Yep.
podcast.
We
Yeah,
didn't-
but
yeah, we got it, like, yeah.
but we're explaining to Mark. Yeah, but
Yep.
in this one, in the new one, I love the character. He's way cool. I love the character that, like, in this movie he's like he's new at being Batman. He's 2 years in. He's still fucked up over about his parents' death. Like, he hasn't got over it. And he's like a recluse, and that makes so much sense because like he stays up all night fighting crime. He's through the daytime. Nobody has seen him outside. He's like a
Himself.
I like the character a lot better. I like I think yeah, the villain in Joker Knight and stuff is awesome. As a movie, I just like this one a lot more. Like, I think I like a lot of the characters: Batman, Penguin, Catwoman, the Commissioner, Falcone, like, and even the
There's
villain.
so many just like
Riddler
iconic, like
Grundy.
memorable
Just-
characters.
in this new Batman, I love so many of the characters. I love the way it's shot. The fucking scene, like, just the way the movie is shot and everything is so fucking nice and good to love at. Look at, yeah. I love it's a 3-hour slow fucking movie with all these, like, amazing set pieces and shit. I like this new one as a movie, but I still think The Dark Knight is good. But I like this one better. That's my, like, thoughts on it. Well, why do you like The Dark Knight better?
Here's my take. I do like the new Batman better. I agree. I think it's good to not just have like such a perfect life, because like
Yep.
the dude's parents are dead. He doesn't show any like sympathy in the first Dark Knight. Obviously, you can't really tell, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, he's just, like,
What I will say is, I don't know if it was Paul. What's his name? Paul Dano.
Riddler.
Yeah, I just didn't like feel scared by him. In the beginning, I did. I was like, okay, this is gonna be such a good movie. When the guy took
do you
off his
mean?
mask, I just couldn't
Yeah.
take him serious anymore. No offense.
I totally get
I had
that.
this. I had the I felt the same way, but after I watched the movie a few times, I appreciated the Riddler. I liked him a lot more. But yeah, you want to continue on?
Yeah, I wanted to add a little bit more to that. I did love Catwoman in it. She's very pretty. Hit me out of line. She was a good actor in it. Another thing, it just didn't make sense. Like, like the adoption center burned down, and that's like, maybe I don't know if I interpreted the movie wrong.
Or
but,
what part didn't make sense?
like, okay, that the Bruce, or the dad, right? Thomas Wayne, he was an asshole. He was corrupt. Oh, no more lies. Like, that was, I don't know. It felt like a lame, like, villain. Like, like so much hatred. Like, okay, you know what I mean?
Well, it was.
I don't know.
Wait, let me.
I
Okay,
don't
so
know, yeah.
wait, you're interpreting it as like this, like, what do you? Hold on, can you say it again, just to clarify?
The adoption center closed, right, when he died, right?
Yeah, because he's like the main supporter of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I don't like that. Why is he mad? Like, he died.
Well, the
So-
reason he's mad. Are you gonna explain it?
Yeah, I'm gonna explain. So basically, the reason he's mad is because he's not mad at like the adoption center for closing. That's like all reason based. That's not why he's upset. He's mad about Bruce Wayne. He is like one out of like all of these fucking like orphans and shit, right? When his parents die, he is on like a pillar of like attention, and then like that, like the shit closes down. And what Riddler's mad at is like, it's he was pissed off that he was just like this like big center of attention, because oh my god, the rich orphan whose parents are dead. When he like describes like all the crazy like horrific shit that he had to go through just like to live, like they're like shitty ass like fucking like
Well,
orphanages.
you're describing why he's mad at Bruce Wayne. The reason he's mad at the city, because that's why he's mad at Bruce Wayne.
Oh yeah,
He's mad at the city. The reason he's mad at the city is because Thomas Wayne, he opened, I forgot what it was called. It was like the Gotham something fund. He opened that fund, right, for the adoption pay for all this shit. He died, right? And then that fund he opened that was supposed to go to the orphanage, I'm pretty sure. It was people used it. It was like used like to pay people off. Like criminals took it. Like they like used it like inappropriately. Like they
There's a loophole basically.
They're like corrupt. Like people just took the money basically, and like so the orphanage closed down. And so throughout the movie he's like unmasking the corrupt police officers and like all this like shit going on. Because he's like basically he's like mad at the city basically.
I understand that, but I don't know. It's kind of like, it wasn't like, I don't know.
Can I explain to you why I like it?
Yeah.
Because if you don't like it, that's like that's you're not wrong.
I don't. It's not. I don't like it. I think it's a little bit more or less like
It's not compelling. It's not super compelling to me.
as the Dark Knight, you know.
The reason I like it, and I actually caught this like on my third watch, is Batman and Riddler work as great foils to each other. Do you know what a foil is in like writing?
Not exactly, no.
A foil is basically, so a foil character is basically you have two characters and basically they're foils for each other. They're either like so alike or so different. Basically, they contrast, so you can see basically the what each character like. It makes each character like pop because it's like, oh, they're so different or whatever, you know, or they're so So it's like a good contrast. I really I appreciated this a lot more when I watched it. So you know Batman in the movie, you know how like his catchphrase in this movie is like the vengeance, like that
Yeah,
tagline
like
or whatever.
shadows.
Yeah. I didn't realize how good Batman's character was in this movie until I rewatched it, like for the third time I saw it. So Batman and Riddler I think are really they work because they start the movie. Batman and Riddler have the exact same sort of motive for doing what they do. Both of them want the exact same thing. Both of them want revenge on this. Batman, you know when he like beats up the criminals in the train station and they ask, right? The reason he's saying I'm vengeance, What he's giving revenge to is because you know the city killed his parents.
Exactly.
So he's like getting revenge on the city, right? And then the Riddler is doing the same thing with like you know Gotham Fund, the city like basically just like they closed down the orphanage, they just left him to die and rot basically. So he also wants revenge on the city. And I think that's why I love the contrast because you know at the end of the movie, remember the scene where they're all the Riddler like mask shooter guys, they shoot air and all that shit at the end. I don't know if you remember. You remember that scene where Batman like takes the adrenaline and then he beats the shit out of that one dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene. I love that scene. Yeah, that scene. That scene. After that scene, right? The Catwoman pulls Batman off of that dude. The commissioner comes and he takes the mask off that guy, and he's like, the commissioner asks him, he's like, "Yo, who are you?" And then Batman's like, or the guy on the floor, he's like, "I'm vengeance." And Batman looks fucking disgusted because he realizes that he's no different from you know Riddler and like his goons or whatever because they're both fighting to get revenge on the city. Because you see that in the movie, like you know, remember when Catwoman tries to kill Falcone and Batman stops her?
Yeah.
Batman like tells her like, yo, like you know, if that you're different from them, right? Like he doesn't want to be like the villains, right? He's like disgusted by that. So once he realizes that I'm vengeance, Batman after that, you know, he like remember at the end of the movie that montage of him like helping people out?
Yeah.
He has like this whole speech about like, you know, I realize vengeance won't bring anything back. You know, what the city needs now is hope, all that. I think Batman through the Riddler, I think he works as such a great like he gives such a great character development, right? Because they start the movie out as like they start from the same place. The Riddler makes Batman realize that yo, like this is not what I should be fighting for. I shouldn't be fighting for revenge. I should be fighting for, you know, like hope and justice. And I think the Riddler like his role in the movie. I think it's like I like that whole shit I just explained. Like I love that character arc of like you know because of the Riddler, Batman like grows.
Yeah, and the big cap off to him like growing is the fact that he does not win. He fucking loses. The entire fucking city gets flooded, and they're like saying they gotta do like all this work to like recover like the damage. It's like it's a great little like cherry to be like, all right, he fucked up, but he's growing.
Did you guys like the like somewhat of a cliffhanger or
that shit was fucking stupid, bro? The Joker shit. That shit was stupid as fuck. I don't know why the fuck they put that in the fucking movie. Look, it's literally Mark. You know the fucking like post credit scenes and like Marvel, like it's like
I saw the jail scene where he's like talking to the Joker.
Yeah.
Look. That's literally the scene like in the actual movie where Joker's there, the actual one that's in the movie. That feels like a fucking end credit scene. I don't know why it's like in the end of the movie. It just like shows up. It's so annoying. It actually bogs down the movie for me. It makes me like actively upset because it's very obvious what it is. It's a pitch. It's Joker next movie. Fucking Joker, dude, be hype. It's the pitch for Joker, right? But bro, why the fuck did you put that in the actual movie? Put in the fucking end credits like Marvel or some shit. Literally, the whole movie's great. I don't know why I need to put the advertisement for Batman 2 at the end. When I watched it,
And it
I was like,
undercuts
what
the
the
Riddler as a
fuck?
villain in this movie.
I love Riddler.
Yeah.
It like
He's-
makes you forget about Riddler. It's like, oh no, we're going to Joker now. Who gives like?
Yeah,
fuck
it's
Riddler.
like, and it like for some people, it's like, oh yeah, fuck Riddler. But he's good. I think he has some goofy shit, like the song, like the scene where he's like singing in the fucking in the prison, like that was like kind of goofy.
At
the
first,
whole movie,
like,
no.
I kind of didn't like him, but I like him now.
But here's the thing: the whole movie is goofy. Like it fits. Like it's fine. But yeah, it's like I just don't like the fact that there's an advertisement like literally at the end, not like at the end like the end credits, just like in the movie. That pissed me off.
Is
Oh,
there
you
anything
know
else you didn't like
what's
about the movie, Mark?
I was gonna say, like or dislike. What was it again?
Or is there anything you like? Anything else you didn't like?
No, that was it. It was a good movie. I still like it. It's second on my list on Batman. I just like
Yeah.
Dark Light. Dark Knight.
Yeah, I get it.
Another thing I do like about this one is they kind of, I don't know if it's me, but in the beginning, you know where the train, right? Those guys
Yeah,
follow that guy off the train, and then and then it's just that one boy who backs off. He doesn't want. I think that kid can totally be Robin. I don't know.
You know
get
who I think could totally be Robin? What I was thinking. Remember the kid he saves throughout the movie, the mayor's kid. Remember when the car is about to crash into
the
him?
little one. Yeah.
If that all would only happen if there's like enough skips throughout the movies. But I was thinking he could be Robin.
I
But
think it's
you're-
like very much so because there's so many scenes where the camera lingers on him and you see Batman just like eyeing him down. It seems pretty inevitable that he's gonna be the Robin. But that also makes sense. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. The other guy could also be like
Robin.
That could make sense too.
It can be Nathan. It can be Tim. It can be Todd. Jason Todd. Like
yeah, like yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wish they added that to a movie. I love Jason Todd's story. It's a beautiful story.
Very cool. Yeah, there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of like shit just like there that they could like build off of.
Yeah.
Because like it's not like this is possible.
It's been 2 hours.
The recording is 140.
That's 2 hours.
That was let's top it off to 2 hours, or what do you guys say?
I don't know. I don't agree. Let's just talk about.
Well, here's the thing: is there anything else you want to talk about? I'm not just gonna like push this like into like the 2 hours. If there's something else you want to talk about, we could talk about it.
I put a couple of things in the chat. I just want to say one thing. I saw there's breaking news today. Like everyone was making a big deal. You know who Bronny James is, right?
Yeah.
Everyone was making a big deal that he like brought a white girl to prom, and I don't know why it was like such a big deal.
Oh yeah, you're looking at fucking Dr. Umar Johnson.
Yeah,
that guy. You know, the memes. You know, like everybody finds the memes really, pro black.
Yeah.
But he's literally just like racist. I know like people don't like see it that
yeah.
way. They're like, oh, he's black, but it's like, yeah, he's literally like he doesn't like interracial couples and shit. Like he thinks it's like pretty. I think he's like.
You see my comment on the bottom?
Yeah, find God.
Right, that's
yeah. But yeah, I just think it was so weird. Everyone was on Twitter. They were criticizing him. I don't know why.
Twitter is a horrible place. Just listen. Yeah, Twitter is just not.
Twitter's
No, yeah,
funny.
that's like a real thing. It's really cringe. Like there's a lot of people like Umar Johnson. It seems like I think that's like a thing in the black community. It's like they're like sort of this and even, remember like we talked about in Kendrick's album where he's talking about like white girl sex with.
Yeah,
it's just like this weird. Like it's literally just like racism. Like people are really just like actually racist. Like yeah, I don't know. It's just pretty weird. Like saying like, oh, like why is this black dude white girl dating? Why is he dating?
Do you have anything to say about it, Gabriel? Or?
No, yeah, I agree. No, it's just like kind of like fucked up. It's like nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I get you. Like, I don't know. It's just I get it. He's only like he's younger than us. He's a junior.
It's so weird. Yeah.
It's so cringe. Like, can you imagine? Like, bro, this is just like a person I love.
It's like dumb.
Like, oh, and if you're like, oh,
he doesn't it could be a friend, right? Going to prom. He's a junior. He's 17.
It's weird, bro. Like, really think about what they're doing. Like, think about what people are mad at. Like, yo, like this guy has a person who he seems is dating, who he loves, is like a different race, and people are like, oh my god, why are you with her? Like that's fucking weird.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I wanted to last topic. I wanted to bring up. I saw an article today on rap. I don't know. It's rap. So,
that's not an article. That's a headline.
Not an article. A little, I wanted to state the rumor is Kanye and X are their collaborations coming out this month.
Uh-huh.
It might release this month.
Dude, it's not. It's a Kanye release date. I promise.
Yeah,
It's not.
so you know how Kanye is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
never-
absolutely. Yep.
And Kanye didn't even say anything. This is just like some rumor.
Well,
Like,
keep in mind. Kanye has done a lot of shit where he releases stuff. Like Donda literally came out, like the news for Donda came out through word of mouth. Like yeah, someone like
Yeah.
posts like Donda, like
wait, when?
like the release date, and like oh apparently he's working on it. Apparently this is coming out this date. Apparently he's doing a listening party. Like the whole rollout was like through word of
like
mouth.
he announced it. Like he said, "Yo, the fucking listening party next."
Yeah,
time
but like he
Donda."
announced it like a week after like all those like fucking like shit after people were like talking about it.
This is not happening. That's all I got.
Yeah, but
That's all I
also I do want to talk about this, bro. Is Donda 2 left to die? Is he not gonna finish it? It's been like it's been like how many months?
He's gonna finish it. I don't know. I think I don't. I'm not sure where he went. At social media and everything. He was at a Warriors game the other day, like 2 weeks ago. He was at a Warriors game.
He's out. He's outside.
Busy bee.
Yeah.
Maybe what are you saying, Joseph?
Also, do you want to explain? Like, does Mark know what we say? Like,
Okay, so fuck. Shit. You explain it actually.
Yeah. Okay. You know, remember like when he was doing the Donda
Okay.
songs, were, like not finished, and then, like the shit came out, and like it was like, all right, they're like the finished songs, Mark.
Yeah, I listened to. I did. I listened to it. I liked it though a little bit. It was
Yeah.
good.
No. Yeah. We're talking about like the Donda 2 parties, and you know, sampler version. Like a lot of it just doesn't sound like complete yet. Like it seems like there's still verses and like.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot of work to do, but
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I felt like before Donda came out. When I was listening, I was like not excited at all. I was like, shit sound kind of ass. But then when it came out, I like loved it. Like and like yeah, so like me and Gabriel we were kind of saying because you know he released Donda 2 on the Stem player exclusively, and we're waiting. We're like, oh, hopefully he'll release the platform. Actually, it'll be like the final versions of the song because none of these songs sound like the final versions. They don't sound like finished.
Yeah, it's literally just he put out like an unfinished product just to like get like.
But like they sound really good. Like I think if he finishes these songs, they all sound really.
No, yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's gonna be
Finisher
totally
first.
different. I think he's gonna add a lot more. Like in
Kanye's always changed. Like yeah,
yeah,
Kanye's
exactly.
Yeah.
Like you know, you don't know what beef he's in with people. He might remove some verses, he might keep
Yeah.
some. So, but I will say, the one I was looking forward to was Future, which is surprisingly, I don't know why Kanye waited for Future to drop his album first, because Future was producing Donda 2, so maybe he was waiting.
Man,
for
I was
Future
thinking
to
about.
drop.
I was actually thinking about that when Future's album came out because I remember Kanye said that like Future is executive producing. What does that mean? Because Future's not.
I don't know.
I don't know. I just wonder because in hip hop producer just means beat maker, which is not what a producer is. A producer is somebody who really like puts the songs together, and you know like finishes the music, like edits, like helps the artist like produce the music and make it. I don't know what Kanye needs Future for. It just feels like one of those things. You know, Kanye, like we were talking about earlier, like Kanye always gets like these like
Young
artists that inspires him,
He's not young
and
yet.
Future's not young, but like Kanye gave Future his flowers. Like he's like I think he said on Drink Champs, like yo, like Future is like the most influential artist of like, the past 10 years. Like I think he sees, I think he understands like how important or how influential Future be in that like be with basically.
I think this album's gonna be very good. I think
I think so too.
I don't think this is coming out. I honestly think I don't think we're gonna like. I think Kanye.
It
Do you
will.
think Kanye's putting out another album this year, or you?
Not,
No,
I
hold
don't
on,
know
we're-
if it's coming out this year. Actually, no, I can see it coming out this year. I think he's gonna have another listening event, and then that's how it happens.
Look, I'm
It's been, like,
just.
a month,
That's
since
why,
this
dude.
was-
I'm scared. He just left this like for fucking dead, bro. It's literally when did he
He's
do
gonna
this shit?
drop it. There's no way.
February,
Yeah,
Yeah,
months ago.
yeah. It's
Bro,
only been 3 months. only
bro.
been-
Dog, 3 months. He updated like once, and not even like a big update. He like kind of like I forgot what he even did. He just
Kanye's
like
a fucking game developer waiting for fucking patch notes.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
exactly what it was. That's why
yeah.
the Stem player. It was like that's why they were promoting it.
the pre-alpha, bro,
There's no
before
way.
release.
Yeah.
They were Donda 2's in beta right now.
Donda
Waiting
2 is
for it to-
literally, yeah, it's fucking, that's the best. I love describing that because, like, it's not on the fucking platforms. I can't listen to it. It's not out. It's in fucking beta.
It's in beta.
I don't think he's gonna scrap it. I think worse. Situation.
I think he's gonna scrap it.
I don't know.
So many people have like access to it. It's like
no, yeah, I don't think he's because I can't see him like.
You have something he'll like build upon it. Like you don't think he's gonna like
he might make a song or two. He might possibly keep a song or two. I don't even think he's gonna do that because Kanye, whenever he always does these insane rollouts to get people excited. I can't imagine him just releasing an album, doing an insane rollout for it to be music we've already heard. I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna scrap all of
it. He basically did that with Donda.
Well, that was the Donda rollout where like the songs were unfinished. Like he kept adding songs, shit, and came out finished.
I understand, but he didn't like clarify after the third event. He never clarified he was going to drop the album. It was just random.
Yeah, but after the third event, didn't he drop it like a few days later?
That's right. I think let's say, well, he made a single with Future, right? So I think he's still making music, or maybe that was pre-recorded before his drama and his issues.
Well, I think that was definitely made in the past few months, but like I don't think this album. I don't think he's going to release it on streaming platforms. He might. Like I could be wrong. I just can't see all of the shit that we've already basically. Like he put it out like on to where it's like available to listen.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean it's possible, but yeah, I don't see it. I feel like he's gonna scrap this. We're gonna be Kanye has like 10,000 albums he's like announced.
Jesus
like,
Christ, it's so bad.
Not actually 10,000. Like
it's like maybe like 20. Nah, more than 10. More than 10.
Yeah.
What was the one with his the doctor that operated on Donda?
He's like it was gonna be the album cover. I forgot what the name.
Yeah. It was like shit, I forgot.
He had one like TurboGrafx 6.
Is that TurboGrafx 6? Oh my god. Yandy, Jesus King 2.
Don't ever say Yandy to me.
Hearing the JPEG line where he's like doing it's always such a whiplash. It's like
when I hear the word Yandy, I actually get flashbacks. I completely forgot he was that album for like.
Well, I mean, it was the same thing. It was just Christian form.
Jesus King. No, dude. That line on Jesus King pisses me off so. When he says, I hate that first song. I don't like that album. And that first song when he's like, everybody wanted Yandy, but Jesus Christ did the laundry.
It's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. We get it. You're cool, dude. You're follow God.
I hate that first song, bro. He's fucking quoting the Bible. John 8:33.
It's direct. It's so funny. It's a direct quoting. It's my god. I love making fun of it. It's so good.
You like Jesus King, Mark?
I was gonna say if there's no listening party for sure by the end of July, I think it's safe to say that.
Absolutely, yeah. If it's by the end of July, we're fucked.
Yeah, but I don't think so. I don't think because the thing is with those albums like that he said he was gonna announce, there was no official like single or you know what I mean. There was nothing for that. There was no leaks. There was no listening party for Yandy. He didn't release any songs.
He just put shit out on like.
He put out
Twitter.
snippets. He put out like a clip of like Hurricane or whatever the fuck that show was called before. I forgot.
Remember, Life of Pablo didn't come out exactly. It was on other streaming. It was on other streaming.
It was only on Tidal. It was on Jay-Z shit.
Exactly, like the first So and 2 weeks later, it dropped on normal platforms.
Yeah.
So I think
this has been like
3 months.
That's like the difference.
That's the difference.
He hasn't even finished it. It's not even finished yet. So I think.
But here's the thing: it's been 3 months since it's been like out.
It's definitely possible they could drop. Like
absolutely,
he's still working on it.
I don't think he's focused on it right now. I think he's trying to help Travis with Utopia and other albums. You know, he helped.
I do like him. He's been so different music, like features and involved in music past few months. It's nice. Like since Donda came out, he's like back into being into music. Like Bush's album, like he's been doing a lot of shit in music.
By the way, I do love Diet Coke. That song's amazing. I love that song. That's the only song I do remember listening to. Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. Holy shit.
All right, should we wait before we wrap? You want to wrap this up? I feel like we have anything else?
We can wrap it up.
Oh, last thing. I was gonna say this in the beginning. If anybody even made it this far, thank you for listening. But also, shout out to fucking Ashton for giving us our goddamn.
We have a fucking name now. We didn't do like an actual intro this episode, but like it's.
Ashton gave us a fucking podcast name.
Okay, to clarify, Ashton didn't just give us a fucking name. He gave us fucking 10. He gave us 10 names. Okay, he gave us like, bro, there like half of those are like really good. They're like oh my god. But I
A
think
title
selling what we
or
have now
podcast title
is
is-
very great.
Wait, what is the title?
I think it's Conflicted Minds.
The
It's,
Conflicted Minds podcast. It's a fire name.
It's really
Like-
good. Rolls off the tongue. Yeah, dude. Shout out to fucking Ashton. We wrapping this up or what?
Yeah. Free YSL. That's my last comment.
Sure, I agree.
Free young
Okay.
Specs. I don't know if we should free them. Keep it a buck.
Honestly, yeah, I agree. I don't like them that much. Anyway,
Free Philly.
Give us
Free
Gunna.
Philly.
Nah, give us Gunna. Give us
Gunna's fat.
Gunna.
Gunna's
Free Gunna.
dumb.
I want Gunna
Gunna,
back.
bro, look. I would agree with you, but Gunna made Gunna. Like,
I hate this. Stop. All right,
You like
stop.
Gunna?
Wrap this up.
I don't like.
One
Hold
about
on,
the song.
hold on,
I hate that song.
Hold on.
I hate that song.
You don't like Warner?
No,
I Gabriel didn't even know. I told Gabriel about that song. And
I
like,
listened to it. I was
he
like,
has a-
Jesus Christ.
he has the same take as me. I showed Gabriel that song. Yeah, Wanna, dude. That song is like I get put in a hypnotic trance of how bad it is.
I thought you were
It's-
talking about the album.
I didn't listen to the album.
no,
I just
no,
listened
no.
to that song. I hate that
Okay.
song.
I thought you were talking about the album.
Gunna.
No, I'm talking about the song. Gunna. It's so.
I
He's
hate
like hyperventilating. He's like, Gunna. He sounds like he
That's
fucking like ran like 2 meters. He sounded like he fucking ran like 2 feet away. Like,
I want you to listen to the album and tell me personally what do you think about it. The album.
Wanna?
Yeah, the deluxe.
I'll listen to it just for the deluxe. Okay, I'll listen to it just for you.
all right.
Thank you.
Well, let's put a bow on it. Okay, Mark. It was fucking great having you, bro. I'm so happy you fucking.
Mark,
I'm
are
so
you
glad I
an
came.
official? Is Mark our official third guest? Remember?
Uh,
Talk about it.
look. This, look. I'll think about it.
You a hater. You a hater.
Look.
Mark, you down?
Look. Hold on.
I can be that part-time guy. I come in every other episode.
Okay, look, I'm down for that. I'm down for that. I'm down for that.
I don't want to
But-
be. I think you guys are the two main core.
That's why
but
I
can always
look.
do that.
Look, yeah, nothing against Mark. I love having Mark this episode. It was really cool. But
Mark's a great third.
this is like, I mean, you think, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a 2-man like show. Kind of. I'm down to have Mark. Like, Mark, that's a cool idea. Fucking like every other episode, I'm down for that. But
Yeah.
it's like there's like personal. Like I like.
No, I get that. Yeah, I'm
totes.
so into music. For music, invite me on. I will
No,
come
yeah,
on.
just like an album or some shit. Yeah, totes. Like fuck, like come in. There's like some shit you want to talk about that you think we like are also into. Like sure, come in.
I'm so down. Let me know, guys.
Let me know, bro. Let me know what you're like checking out. Like ain't just let me know, bro. I'll let you know. Music wise, I will like we should be.
You know, I asked Matthew for your phone number a few months ago because I was like, bro, I miss Mark. Because I don't have Instagram.
Yeah,
Let me get his number. So I just have it.
I'm not even active in that group chat anymore because you're not in it. No offense to them, I still love them, but I'm just not active anymore.
Just because I left?
No one's really active in it. It's just like a couple memes.
And
no
what the group chat, the Instagram
Yeah,
group chat.
it's
Well,
conversation.
yeah. I literally like have not been active on it for like the past like 2-3 years.
Really?
Wait,
Okay,
Mark,
so
are you
now
on
I'm
our fucking like phone number group chat, like our messages?
Oh,
Group
we should
chat?
add him there. No, he's
I'm
not.
not.
Yeah, we'll add you to that. That's where we're actually like active. Like we're all like on it.
Oh, I
Bet.
don't know.
Yeah, I do that.
All right, well let's put a bow on it. Mark, it's great having you. We will have you again.
Perfect. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right, so if there's no shit next week, we won't put anything out next week. If there is, we will have a what's happening? Oh, anyone who's graduating, yo, congrats. You ready for that? Yeah. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
I don't like saying bye at the end.
Yeah, it's weird, but you know, yeah.
We out this bit.